Okay, is everyone ready for another episode of WarHams?
Swampy's Palace Edition.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of WarHams Fantasy. Thank you all so much for coming by. I would like to introduce Earndil playing
Arno Fleischman, the interrogator and up-and-coming witch hunter.
I am ZoranTheBear. I am playing Barin Stackwell. And right below me on the screen is Speaker D playing as...
Don't you know who I am? I'm playing Mecurion, the noble elf.
And next up, Odoroshirider, the amazing person playing...
Yes, hello. I'm Odoroshi, and I'm playing Zilyana. I was just hit by a beam of sickness or something.
Oh, yeah, leprosy moments.
Yeah, we just got Zilyana like 8,000 years in the future.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna get some water. Yeah, I'm playing Zilyana. Are you guys ready for some WarHams?
No.
No, we
No.
quit.
No,
All right, it's over. Goodbye.
They're not.
Odoroshi, shut down WarHams Fantasy. Where to go?
Nah!
And then, of course, the tortured skull viewing us all, who will be running this game session today, Thurston Hillman.
I'm God. I mean, hi.
Yes, he is God.
I'm God called GM, and I'm going to take the Bogenhafen kids to Bogenhafen.
Yes, and if you like our Bogenhafen adventures, you can always visit the WarHams crew at warhams.tv. We have a schedule section that shows you when we were live, and on our Twitter and stuff like that, and on our Discord, we like to keep people up to date on what's going on. So if you're always confused of where's this episode, where is this, how does this work, what are you, who are they, anything you need to know, warhams.tv will give you your answers. And with that, Thurston, what adventure do you have for us today?
Well, I had this whole thing planned, all this backstory, but apparently we're just heading straight to fucking Swampy's Pal. No. Okay.
Yes.
Let's hop into it. So, previously on WarHams Fantasy, our intrepid band of chucklefucks are on their way to Bogenhafen. After departing the imperial capital city of Altdorf, our adventurers traveled along the Weissbruck Canal, eventually reaching the city of Weissbruck for some well-deserved rest. However, it soon became apparent that the mystery man from the Königsplatz in Altdorf had tailed our adventurers to Weissbruck. The man was arranging some kind of ambush, which our heroes managed to discern after tracking him down to a nearby inn. During this, they learned that the man was a bounty hunter in service to Sigmar, named Adolphus Kufzus. Adolphus then led an attack on the ship the heroes had been on, the Barabelli, and our adventurers managed to intercept the ambush. After a tense battle on the deck of the barge, our heroes forced the bounty hunter to retreat as he jumped into the water and Olympic swam away, putting Zilyana to shame with his Olympic swimming. However, the remaining adventurers and then Zilyana quickly returned and quelled the fires on the deck. With the pressure on, the Barabelli's captain Yosef opted to immediately depart and make way to the city of Bogenhafen and leave Weissbruck to try to avoid anyone else who might cause problems for the Barabelli and the crew. So, having put their foes behind them, our heroes can finally reach their destination and meet with the chief magistrate of the Schaffenfest to continue helping Barin reclaim the Stackwall mine. All that being said, we kind of have this lovely map here, and our players have departed from Weissbruck and begin making their way down the River Bogen. The journey takes not a long amount of time, but it is still a 4-day journey down the river. During this journey, I want to kind of go through everyone and hear what you're spending these 4 days doing. So we're going to start with one Barin Stackwall. Barin, what are you doing for 4 days on the barge?
That's a good question. I guess I've been hunting rats the entire time. Because Barin, on my sheet, since we got some experience last session.
We did.
And I am now, I think I'm a full rat catcher now. See. Yeah. No, I'm a rat. No, I'm a rat hunter. That's right, a rat hunter. I've leveled up. And I've been making sure the boat has been clean.
Oh no, you are
rats.
a rat catcher now. You were a rat hunter.
Oh no,
Now
that's right.
you
That's
are a
right. I
catcher.
am rat catcher. That's right. I've run here before. No, wait. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Sorry, brain.
We got it.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just passively forward and then staring angrily at a gold-looking elf. Just ever so often, you're just gonna like, I'll just mention Mecurion, like just going around, going, oh yes, of course. You just see like just red eyes just peering out from the other side of the boat, glaring.
Well, that seems like a great opportunity for me to ask Mecurion, what are you spending 4 days on the river barge doing?
Yes, well, I was hoping to use this time we have, these 7 days, on the luxurious, shit-filled rivers of the human empire. I'm sure that they're nice in comparison to other human empires. I was hoping that I could talk my problems out with Barin, that we could finally have a heart-to-heart. Unfortunately, anytime I get within 10 yards of Barin, he stares at me like he's attempting to kill me with his brain. And so
I'm
instead,
pointing at a
I've been
book.
practicing aerobics to get better at dodging the crossbows. I'm sure he'll be accidentally shooting at me later on.
Oh, he's been practicing shots, but the practicings have been like really close to you. So that's how you've been practicing.
Mhm.
And every so
Yeah.
often he's like, fucking just, and he just dodge each one. He's like, fire it. All right, good dodge, Mecurion. Writes another thing in the book. And every time you see him, like you catches his eyes, he just slowly points at the page, and it is nearly just blackened by all the times he had to overwrite it, reserving the page for you.
Yeah, at least once I've walked into the kitchen, to go get, whatever rations we have on the ship. I've walked down the thing and it's like, oh, what exactly is that? And I've gone in, and shortly after I've left, an arrow just flies by the door, just landing where I was like 2 minutes ago. And just every time.
Close the fridge door. Baron's right there.
And like,
I know for some of the thing, I just like to imagine that. Like, close a cupboard, Baron's there glaring.
Right.
Excellent. So that's Barin. Okay. Zilyana, your 4 days on the Barra Valley. What are you doing?
4 days on the Barra
on the
Valley.
barge. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm probably making sure that Mecurion and Barin don't kill each other first and foremost. Just like every time I see like an arrow fly past and just barely miss Mercurion's neck, just look down at Barin and give him this like, now Barin, we're all friends here. Kind of look.
Oh, really?
I thought we were friends.
I thought you'd I'd be friends with you. You're not the one who ruined the chances of my mine.
No, Barin, we are all friends here, even Mecurion.
Are you sure about that? One thing I've heard back in your clan's days, that a friend would take a crossbow bolt for you. Shoot another one.
Take somebody else's crossbow bolt for you doesn't mean... Wait, that's not what that expression means, right?
I'm gonna turn his body into a fucking quiver.
He's doing calisthenics on the deck.
Yeah, just like, and 1 and 2 and could feel the burn. The burn means it's working.
Yeah, I'm probably working
missing.
out with Mecurion.
Yeah, I'm completely oblivious. I'm sure
Bench
every
pressing
time...
him.
Every time you're not talking to Barin, who's like, I'm going to fucking kill him, you come up occasionally to Mecurion, and it's like, oh, Zilyana, excellent, I'm glad you're here. Do you know what poisons are undetectable in air? You may have to do something.
Mecurion,
Yes.
I'm going to need you to stop thinking about that. I'm going to need you to put that train of thought to bed. I'm going to need you to take a deep breath, smell the shit river. Just, yes, it's awful. I'm going to need you to calm down.
You're right.
We're going to do some squats together, all right?
We're going to do some squats. This is an excellent idea.
Yes.
Keeping ourselves fit and combat ready. And I assume the moment that he starts squatting, a crossbow bolt flies over where he was earlier.
Exactly.
And immediately the cycle continues.
But beyond
Real
that,
quick.
yeah.
Yeah, what were you improving while you were working out with Mecurion?
Oh, yes, of course. I was improving my strength. When Mecurion was taking a rest between reps, I was bench pressing him.
That's true.
Every time you lift up and then come down, bolt. Up, down, down, bolt.
Exactly. And that's probably
the
how I
best way to
also
improve.
yeah, that's how I also improved my agility. Like picking up Mecurion and moving him around every time a bolt flies past.
That's the spirit, Zilyana. He's bound to run out eventually.
Weapon skill, practicing a little bit of sword play and stuff. And because I have upgraded to knight, I would like to attempt, I don't know what kind of materials are on board, but I would like to make a little bit of heraldry to put on my horse. Just like a really crudely done little banner of Avalorn. I can just like put around its neck like a little horse scarf.
Aw, what kind of skills do you have that would be good for that?
I definitely don't have a knitting skill. I have art. I have
You have
lore
art?
heraldry.
Art, maybe?
art.
I'll let you do art.
All right, let's try art. And if this is a 100, I'm still keeping it.
Okay.
Poopy tapestry. Here we go.
Zilyana takes the art approach to design her own heraldry and rolls a 100. She designs her heraldry as a butt that is pooping.
Yeah, exactly. It just like looks really phallic, and nobody has the heart to tell her.
You heard it here first. The phallic butt if it's 100. Okay.
What was it? Oh god, my screen froze. What did I roll?
That's not awful. That's a
Appears to be a
31.
31.
That's a success.
Didn't even show up, huh? That's weird.
Yeah, it's not showing up on the right. Oh,
That's
Foundry functioning in mysterious ways this week.
Oh no.
Well,
we'll continue.
Yeah.
I might have to refresh the page real quick. But yeah, if it's like a 30-something, it's probably like a little crudely done flag of Avalorn. The pretty lady on it doesn't look quite as pretty, but
Absolutely. Yeah, you managed to crayon this up. All right. Arno, as this is all going on, dwarf versus elf, what are you doing for your 4 days on the Barabelli?
Arno has been deep within meditative thought in trying to improve his ability to exert his will over people. He has been steadily working in the inner sanctum of the Barabelli, meaning the broom closet, to improve his willpower and his toughness. Toughness by 1 and willpower by 1, because he was very close to Witch Hunter, but I didn't have enough experience. And he also used that opportunity to improve his cool-headed and his menacing talent. At which point he will emerge from the broom closet to no doubt this scene of skirmish going on between the elves and the dwarf, and he will use his newfound extra thing of menacing to maybe call a halt to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do you want to give me a an intimidate check at let's say +20, because you've been hiding in the broom closet for so long?
This is going to be very interesting. Oh my fucking god. +6, astounding success.
yay! Yay! I'm terrified.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then I believe
There's like Arno's just gonna emerge from there, and you can all see the light from the nearby deck disappear and emerge behind him as a black flame. He's tired of the crossbow bolts embedding in the wall.
Everybody snaps to attention. Zilyana's like holding Mecurion over her head.
From the rounds of the interrogators.
Menacing.
Would you kindly put him down, and would you stop shooting crossbow bolts into the wall of the broom closet?
Fine.
Sorry, Arno. Set him down.
I didn't do anything but get shot at. This is ridiculous.
Come over to Mecurion and start taking bolts out of him. Fine, and do a truce for now.
Why? Barin, I'm really not completely solid on what exactly your problem is with me that we can't talk out.
You took my mind from me, Mecurion.
No, I
You and your
didn't.
antics had pretty much ruined a lot of chances that the courts would take my case seriously.
You don't know that. You don't even know if you're associated with me in terms of that, and the lawyer's work is already pointing us towards the Bogenhafen.
Regardless, they've probably already made reports that I've been traveling with you, and you're part of the contract.
Yes, but I am not a wanted fugitive, per se.
Per se, that they came for all of us.
They wanted me
Gentlemen.
for questioning, a questioning that I could speak out of.
And you ran.
Of course
Gentlemen.
I did. Yes.
We are simply traveling faster than the word can reach Bogenhafen. So, we can assume that we are not wanted folks by the time we get here. And if we are, then we can discuss it at that point. Would that be safe to assume?
Fine.
Yes.
Seems to be the only thing we can do, Barin.
I would have beat my Ingrid for now, but so help my ancestors that if anything delays me from getting my mind back, it's on your head, elf.
Well, you've already shot me twice when you were happy. I can't bear to imagine what you're like when you're upset.
Pancussions, Mecurion! Pancussions! And Baron's just gonna trot off.
I want to give a quick frame of reference. The menacing talent, it reduces the skill level needed to be successful by 1 for each level. So technically, I'm rolling at a plus 20 basically consistently.
Yeah, it's essentially just two extra success levels on any intimidate checks you make. Well, yeah, because you have it twice. So you have the anime red eye glare that we can't see your eyes, so we just see the glow. All right, so
This is useful because I kept screwing up my goddamn intimidate checks.
all right, Baron. So as you depart out the room, you can see that the sun is rising on a new day as the Barabelli is making its way into the city of Bogenhafen, a merchant town in the Empire. You can see that you are pulling up to a fairly well populated dock. Looks like there are tons of people around. All sorts of boats that have pulled into the harbor. The Barabelli is actually, a bit of a large barge for the river. So as it approaches, you can see you're kind of a large boat compared to some of the smaller ones, but there are dozens, perhaps even more boats that are all sort of vying for space along the river. And you see Joseph sitting behind the steering wheel at the aft of the ship, and sort of like waving at other ships. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm also
Do you just
waving at the
start
boats
saying,
with
like,
him.
waving and
I'm like,
saying
hi, I'm Baron! And the wife to another, I'm Baron! Hello!
Baron the boat.
And at this point, like, the rest of you walk out, and you can also see that the river is packed with boats, and the sort of sun is rising, and Joseph is sort of pulling into the harbor here.
Well, how much nicer
Lovely
than the
map.
other harbor does this place seem?
This is a high quality harbor, as you can tell. Yeah, it looks pretty darn solid.
Yeah, really
Baron
solid.
Stackwell.
It's a
Baron
solid
Stackwell.
color.
I'm sorry, Baron Stackwell.
Sure is a
now,
solid
no
color.
vision.
No vision.
No
I was
vision.
doing the subtly tell Thurston. He was like, "Hey,
Oh,
there's no
gosh.
vision on the
Black.
scene."
Why? Why would you have?
Oh,
You-
this view is so beautiful, don't you
so every
agree,
time-
Baron?
Absolutely. Look over there. You can honestly see the fine details of that place right over there.
Oh my goodness, have you ever seen architecture like this before? Well,
Flashbang.
Yes, we have.
God damn it!
We were there days ago.
There it is.
I can see now. Jeez, Baron
I
Stackwell.
hate all of you.
44 seconds ago.
This is why I have a
Vision.
complex. Yes. Good.
Well, about time we traveled in a little bit of luxury. It's nice to be away from the podunk warehouse blocks, which I'm sure are very nice.
Arnold's going to look around and try to determine if Mecurion is high or not. Are we around warehouses right now?
There are warehouses that are just off of the docks, absolutely.
Yeah, we haven't changed scenery, Mecurion.
No, but this place is so much nicer.
It looks exactly the same.
Maybe to your human eyes, but to my azure attentiveness, I see the difference. This place is slightly better than the last one.
It's a little bit less slimy, I agree.
Yes.
There's not a weird film on the buildings, at least not much of one.
Yes, it's a credit to human cob. Listen, this is stupid. I hate small talk. Let's get into the bloody town and get shot at by that witch hunter.
As you are sort of like looking around, you can see a sign above one of the sort of smaller warehouse structures that line the edge of the dock here, and it says in large, like white painted text, Hagen's Wharf.
Hagen's Wharf?
Hagen's Wharf.
I go to my good buddy, and kind of ask him, like, well, we appreciate you for the trip and everything else, but, well, at the same time, I'd also like to ask, oh, that's weird. Oh, I can, like, do a frame thing. Sorry, I just found a new thing. And, it's like, thank you so much for the passage and everything. I hope you weren't too much trouble, saving you from the fire and everything. You have a tavern you recommend, or, you do need additional help unloading everything?
Oh, no, I'll be fine. I'll be here for a bit if anything you need help with. I got to unload some of the wine, but I got to do paperwork before that. You should take time, though. It's the Schaffenfest. And, like, as he says that, the boat has now kind of, like, pulled into the harbor and the docks. And you hear the sounds and, like, shouts and merriment of people off in the distance in the city. Like the kind of like telltale, like, ha ha, laughing and shouting and all sorts of like positive energy vibes just blooming out from deeper inside the city. And Yusuf sort of looks, you'll be able to find whatever it is you're looking for here. I'm sure there's everything during the Schaffenfest.
Well, it definitely sounds like Schaffenfest at Bergenhofen.
Yes, might I ask, I'm sure I'd asked earlier, spark my memory, what exactly is this Schaffen that we're festing?
Arno's gonna roll his eyes.
It's a great festival, is what it is.
Well, yes, but what is the reason for the season?
Can I Laura Reichland him an answer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just standard?
Yeah, give plus 20, actually.
Okay. Holy shit. That's a 2.
2 is 6. Yeah, so the Schaffenfest is one of the Reichland's largest fairs. It attracts people from all over. It's essentially like a livestock market, but a chance for the town to essentially like acquire a lot of resources. Like it's basically a big tourist trap, but it brings in a lot of people. There's a lot of things on display. There's all sorts of different events going on. The biggest attraction is a livestock market that people can go and buy different types of livestock. Farmers and importers and exporters and people from outside of the empire even come to this. It's so large.
Master Mecurion, the Schaffenfest is one of the largest farmers' markets, so to speak, that occurs in the entirety of Reichland. In such a thing, people from all across the Reich come this way. And, well, goods are usually sold at a reasonable price, but there is such a sheer volume you would be surprised the amount of things that are for sale here. And, of course, the entertainers take the opportunity to make a quick bit of money as well. If only we had the money to actually indulge in some of these side attractions.
Oh, if only. I say, counting my gold.
All 2 of it.
I like that, like, yeah, Speaker, your character's power is money. My superpower is this.
Yes.
My superpower is a dwindling resource.
I have a question.
Okay, I'm scared.
How many shillings is it for our gold again?
I believe it is 10 for that. One of them is 12 and one of them is 10. So
brass pennies to a silver is 12 and 10 silver to a gold.
10 to a gold.
Okay. And how much money does Mecurion
Oh no,
have?
1 gold is 20 silver. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay. How much money do you have, Mecurion?
I've got 5 gold and 16 silver.
Okay, cool.
And I know we do have some pooled party wealth.
Okay, sorry, okay, cool. I just imagine again in the top right corner of the screen, the telltale text. Barin will remember this.
Barin remembers he is poor.
That's right. But yes. So you've kind of given the explanation, and you can hear the honest to gosh, like liveliness from the city. But really, you have a whole bunch of different options on how to proceed. The dangerous word sandbox comes to mind at this point, because you have a lot of different things you can look into here. So what's it going to be, friends?
I want to go see the festival. I want to go to the most crowded street. I want to see all the weird street vendors. I want to eat the weirdest street food I possibly can. I'm going
dysentery.
Yes, exactly. Going to link arms with both Mecurion and Arno. Well, we have to go to the festival, right?
Well, I would like to posit a different idea.
Oh, I mean, yes, I guess we could, but it's a party. Come on.
Yes, it is a party, and I would love for us to indulge, and I would also love for us not to be attacked and killed by Adolphus Custos.
I mean, if we're in the middle of a crowded plaza, how easy do you think it's going to be to hit us?
Well,
I might be taller than everyone there, but at least you won't.
Well, there's many alleys, and the point is I believe that it might be wise for us to operate in such a way that would bring us into swift contact with this individual. But otherwise, at least move as a group. Two, at least.
Will continue regardless of our attendance. We can come back to it shortly, provided nothing else stupid happens.
Exactly. No.
All right. If you want to be killjoys about it, I guess we can go and deal with this guy first.
Best afterwards. It's not ending today.
Okay.
As this is as you're having this discussion, I assume you're sort of stepping off the ship and looking around. As this is happening, Pandora Lost Pocket approaches from behind and sort of waves at you. Oh, well, I guess this is where we're going to be parting ways. I can't wait to go put on my shows for the Schaffenfest. Oh, I'm so excited.
I wish you the best of luck, man. You're going to be having some stiff competition.
Right?
Hey, best of luck. Goodbye, NPC.
Yes,
We'll try and swing by and see ya.
I'm sure you'll do marvelously. We'll come by and watch your show before we depart.
Of course, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to see what I can do here. I'm hoping to do some knife throwing and maybe some work on my loot. Anyways, thanks so much. It's been a pleasure traveling with you.
Happy trails, friend.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, she goes off into the mass crowd, and you can see even at the very outer edges, the streets of the city are just lined and packed with people.
Good. She was rather pleasant company. Sort of easy to lose track of.
They level up so fast.
Whatever.
Nugget just disappointingly barks at you.
Nugget bites you for breaking the fourth wall.
Oh no, I must ask.
I die by Nugget.
Yes.
If you are a training witch hunter, am I not mistaken?
That I am.
If you were Adolphus Custos, what would you have done?
What would I have done?
Yes, assuming you were he, we had tried to burn down our boat, you were that sort of man of character, and they had driven you off, you had swam away, and you knew they were coming to this festival, what would you do?
Well, the first thing I would have done is I would have beaten them to here, ideally, which is hard to do given that he had no naval vessel with which to take him down the river. Second thing I would have done after that point, if I had arrived before them, would be to try and array the town against them and set up what I would assume to be possibly wanted posters or postings or notice boards or alerts that witches are about, and of course identify us.
How intriguing. Then perhaps it might be best to go into town incognito?
Well, that will be a rather difficult thing to do, Master Mecurion, given that, well, unless you plan on shilling out for a whole bunch of new outfits for us, and I don't believe you have the ability to change our faces.
No, sadly such things are lost to my talents. Nevertheless...
The best one can do to counteract this, given that I am not a witch or a heretic or any other sort of nonsense, would be to simply try to dispel the rumors. After all, I do not believe he got here before us. Now would be a good time to perhaps cement this.
Yes. Perhaps we could send in some rumors of our own. Perhaps rumors that we are also seeking heretics, and Adolphus Custos might be one of them.
No,
Then raises
I'm
a
not
hand.
going to do that.
Yes, that is rather dangerous. Barin, what's your big idea?
Well, I don't have an idea. I have an observation.
What is your observation?
How did they recognize Arnold to be anybody? You never see his face.
You're right.
I was just going to look down at him.
Oh no, perhaps if you were to take off your hat.
Okay, let me check here. Let us see. That is melee brawling.
Oh no,
I was just suggesting it.
I like to imagine Arnold
Crack your knuckles, like
Maybe another hat?
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
another
like a
hat.
big sun hat.
Or put like put a mask on you.
I am not trading out this hat.
Wait, we're at that festival, right? Maybe that festival might have some really fun face masks for all of us to wear. They'll never recognize us then.
fucking love chat. The hat stays on. The hat stays on.
Yes. It does feel almost as though beyond there in the festival there's some sort of adventure arrayed for us by some sort of unkind god. Oh well.
Regardless,
Wow, unkind. How dare you?
Yeah.
we need to do.
Can everyone give me a plus 20 intelligence test?
Yes.
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 All right, let's go. Plus 20.
I get a 54.
I'm gonna get an 8. Hello.
Nice. I got a 55, but it's only 1 degree of success.
Barely got an 83 -4.
Yeah, okay.
I think rocks are a very valuable part of society.
They are.
Actually, Arno, you passed because you rolled against your initiative instead of your intelligence.
Oh, right. I forgot. My mistake.
So everyone but Barin, like you're having this conversation and like you're talking about Arno and like how people would recognize it, and then you remember something that had previously been brought up. Particularly, you remember the document you had received with regards to the man you found on the road early on in the adventure. The one who looked exceptionally similar to Arno.
Yeah,
And remember that there
remember.
was something going on with regards to inheritance. And I will very quickly pull up the handout here.
Yes, please, because I've been trying to find that handout, but we don't.
I think we had it. Yeah. I'll just.
Yeah. There's just one complication with that.
What's
Only Arnold received it and then didn't share it with anyone.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
obvious
none of
reasons.
us know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
none
Oh,
of us
that's
know
true.
about
That's true. I forgot. Yeah, he didn't. That's true.
it. So Arnold could
so-
recall it, but
Yeah. So Arno, you can recall it, but I'll have the document there so everyone can see it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to ask about that document previously. Again, it's just we don't have it like on us, so I can't, look at it.
Yeah. So
You took it with you?
No, we do. It's not listed under the journal entry.
I showed it, but I guess there's a different setting in Foundry for sharing and showing. So I've shared it now, but I have also shown it as well, so you can see it right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but this is for a place in Bogenhofen, and Arnold would have been interested in checking it out at his earliest convenience when the rest of them are off taking care of their thing.
Absolutely. So, with that being brought back up, what is the plan now? Where exactly is everyone going, and what are you doing?
Well, I suppose our best bet is sort of just to do what Zilyana stated, essentially. Just kind of head into the festival, see what we see. I'm advising that we stay in teams of 2, if possible.
I kind of want to try and tackle this with just Arno because, again, none of you were around.
And none of you are familiar to the guys who would likely be coming this way in regards to this document, because none of you were with the original guy who got assassinated.
Yeah, no, we would have no idea, but our Mecurion would suggest that we go in teams of 2 or, like, a big group, just in case this guy gets here and starts fucking with us.
Yeah, sounds good. So,
like, any difficulties with that? Because Arno's going to try and push for him just going by himself.
Yeah, in that case, I suppose we'll do Arno, and then the rest of us 3 will explore the festival. Unless anybody else wants to split off.
I mean, I feel Arnold will need backup unless you really want to go alone.
That is true.
You can shadow him.
Yeah, I'll just go with you.
You'll shadow Arno?
Yeah. I'm familiar with, my dwarven self is familiar with the streets. I know how
really
the rats
funny.
do.
We got here. Arno wants to explore this potential issue with regards to being referred to as a witch. Barin really wants to get his mind stuff, but Barin's like, I'm going to follow Arno.
There's nothing else for him to do here right now, so it's basically like,
Where
make sure my friend
exactly-
is safe.
Where exactly are you going, Arno?
I'm investigating a lead. Had it before we got here.
What lead?
It is one you cannot assist with. It is Church of Sigmar. Don't worry about it. Should be fairly simple.
The Church of Sigmar. There is a Church of Sigmar nearby here?
Arno's going to look flatly at him. Yes. In most cities in Rockland, there is a Church of Sigmar.
Fine, very well. If you believe that there's something you must do at this church, then by all means.
Are you sure you don't need any help? What if he finds you by yourself?
I'm certain we can come to an agreement on something.
I mean, I'll just be, taking a walk around the Church of Sigmar. I'm an honorary member. They like me.
As you wish.
Hey. Just gonna
Didn't you have business to take care of, though, Master Stackwall, with regards to your mine?
Yes, but we can
Yeah,
do that
you need
after.
to find a lawyer. Well,
Yes, but we
actually,
can do that
specifically, you're looking for the chief magistrate, but you probably, in order to find
The
more about
magistrate
him,
would
need
probably
a
be
lawyer.
at the church or somewhere
Yep.
close to it in that district. So might as well help Arnold with his thing, make sure he's fine, and then do my thing later.
But if you're going towards the magistrate, then you hired me to aid you with those sorts of matters. And since I was able to get us this magistrate, it might behoove me to come along with you.
I am fucking
Then they would
loving
just
the let's
come
start
with-
by split the party. And now everyone's like, no, we're not splitting the party.
Arno wants to split the party? Are you kidding me? He's like, y'all are like,
Oh, Arno won't be able to handle himself, and maybe I can, but he's trying to do this.
I also appreciate chat. Oh no, if only we had a lawyer in the party. Oh no.
Or perhaps a wizard.
They're both
going
dead
to
in
move.
Baron's
yeah.
arms.
Arno is departing rapidly.
That lawyer is dead in a porta potty somewhere. Like,
That's fair. She had a run. Okay,
Barin
so
yells at the
Arno's
other two,
departing.
I'll meet you back here at this tavern in like 3 hours. And Barin will trot along.
Okay.
I'm going to, as they leave, I'm not going to follow them. I just want to look at this. I'm going to roll some intuition. This seems sus.
Okay, sure.
Zuz.
18 4 degrees of success.
Okay. So,
Are these guys hiding something?
Arno, I want you to give me a cool check at +20.
You see, that has been improved ever so slightly, given that my willpower has gone up recently.
Pathetic.
Ever so slightly, because cool is still not a very strong skill of mine. Challenging?
+20. So,
+20.
yeah.
24 plus 4 were even.
Yeah, so Mecurion, you have the feeling that there is something sus, but you have no clue. Like, it's just a feeling. You have nothing to corroborate it or like got anything because Arno is unreadable.
As they leave, Zilyana? I believe the humans are going to try to kill us.
Human.
I believe that.
Wow, human.
I believe
And superior
I'm beginning
dwarf.
to suspect there's some kind of conspiracy. I think they're going to attempt to turn us into the authorities.
What? No, I don't think Arno would do that.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, what do you think Arnold would do?
I think that Arno would first give us a very stern talking to, and then... Shit.
I just love, like, the real villain of the campaign is actually just the player.
Okay. If he tries, then we won't let him, right?
Right, but he's going
Look
off
at me.
alone. Barin suspiciously follows him. I think they're conspiring.
I don't think they're conspiring against us. I mean, you saw Barin on the ship. He's not really one for sneaking around. If he has a problem with you, he's just going to shoot a crossbow bolt at you in the middle of the plaza.
Yes, but I also didn't see Arnold. He was inside of that bloody closet the entire time.
Well, he told us to stop fighting, and I, for one, am very glad he came out of the closet.
Well, I'm gonna throw a jar at you.
As supportive of his journey as I may be, I fear this journey might be to the authorities. It might behoove us to follow him, just to make sure. And then if it's nothing, we go back to the festival and we have a good time and we retire this episode all the way behind us. But
I mean, I don't think we're particularly subtle folk, Mecurion.
I'm incredibly subtle. I say, holding back my incredibly long.
Okay, I want no. At the word of "I'm incredibly subtle," we're gonna like skip scenes ahead to follow Arno and Barin. All right, so Arno, you are making your way, based on the letter, heading to the region called the Garten Weg, in which you managed to. I assume you just like asked some people like, oh, which way to the Garten Weg?
He would ask the guards.
Yeah, and they sort of point, and you tell that it's okay. Let me find it here for us, because maps are scary. And
I'd love if it was on the Westendam.
the what?
I'd love if it was on the other side of the river,
have
you know,
to
the
get
Westendam.
Could get like
Oh
a rowboat.
yeah. No. It's actually just about. I'm gonna move you. It's a bit north. It's a narrow alley that runs around this way, sort of in the eastern district, close to the Metalworkers Gate. It's good ways through the city, but you manage to there. 1 second, I'm about to sneeze. Okay, good. I didn't want to sneeze into the mic and make you all deaf. Okay, so you make your way, and it's a little way north of the Metalworkers Guild. It's a small, it's a small alley with like rundown buildings flanking it. If you can give me plus, actually no. So yeah, you're just heading down this area, and you can see that there is like kind of these rundown buildings and structures. As you are making your way down, you see a building ahead. Shutters on the window are open. The door is also appears to be open, and there is a sign above the door that reads "Lock, Stock, and Barrel, Lawyers, etc."
I do believe this is the place.
Hey.
I like how Baron's just going along with this, like, this isn't a church.
I don't think we have some couple of questions to ask him. Because Barin actually wanted to ask Arnold to go to the magistrate first instead of the church. So he's kind of like, oh, okay.
Right. Master Stackwell, I encourage you to keep the crossbow lowered, please.
Oh, yeah, of course. He just make sure he just unwinds the crossbow so it's not already cocked.
Yeah, it's like, yes, my hand bow. You should probably stow my gat.
And he kind of make sure it's in his little holster. Like, hey, I feel we have a couple of questions to ask him.
That I do. You probably won't be familiar with the questions I'm going to ask, and if you have any questions afterwards, we can discuss it. But for the moment, and Arnold will go up to the door and knock.
Hey, the only questions I wanted to ask is, have there been any bounties or any wanted things recently posted that we could take a look?
Of course. We can ask that when we are allowed it.
Hey.
And you hear this, "Come in!" Sort of a younger, feminine voice responds as you knock.
Arno will enter the door first, put the human face forward.
Okay. Oh, hello there.
Good,
Hi, I'm Barin.
Good morning. Oh, is it closer to noon?
Hello, Missa. Welcome to Lock, Stock, and Bar, Lawyers, etc. How can I help you?
Yes, I am looking for a, I'm looking for an individual.
He will retrieve the inheritance letter, and she will produce it for the, I'm assuming, secretary, yes?
Yeah, like what you see is a younger woman, probably in her like late teens. She's dressed in common clothing that has clearly like been recently washed and prepped for like a more formal attire, even though it's not formal wear. And she's sitting behind a desk, which is like has a small, modest stack of paperwork on it, and then there are some bookshelves behind. The bookshelves are all empty, and she's sitting just in a chair.
As you can tell, I am Mr. Castor Aloysius Libero.
And like
to this affidavit.
Takes the inheritance document and the affidavit. And oh, Herr Baal has been looking forward to meeting you, Herr Lieberung. I will let him know that you have arrived. Takes the two documents and sort of like walks through the back door.
He will nod and remain standing, and he will motion for Barin to come on a little closer.
Barin follows.
Master Stackwell, I'm briefly going to be acting in character, so just go ahead and agree or disagree with what...
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And at that point, you can hear the shutters have now been thrown across the windows here, plunging the entire room into a gloom. At the same time, you suddenly hear the sounds of bolts being like drawn, and you kind of hear like clicks from both of the doors, like the bolts are being set into place on the opposite sides of the doors.
As expected.
And like Nugget is looking around, kind of panicked. There's like thin slivers of light coming in through the closed shutters, but it's almost like entirely dark in here now. And you just hear Nugget going.
It's okay, no good. Be on alert, back to back! And Baron's crossbow out, kind of like back to back with Nugget, like pointing everywhere.
And that's when you hear this, like, imperious voice. Caster Liberung, otherwise known as the Magister Impedimentae of the Cult of the Purple Hand. In the name of the Emperor, I arrest you and your companions for conspiring with chaos. Murder, theft, and other crimes hereinafter to be enumerated. Lay down your weapons and surrender. And you, like, recognize a much more enunciated voice of Adolphus Cufsus.
Ah, Master Cupsus. Pleased that you're here ahead of time.
You will do as I say and lay down your weapons.
Master Cupsus, I wish to point out you and I are coming from the same location. We are both servants of the Church of Sigmar.
And you hear this just awful sound coming from outside. And as soon as you hear that sound, as quickly as it came, it disappears and everything falls quiet.
Arnold's going to wait.
There's nothing he can do. He's waiting at this point. Might be a trick.
Okay. So we cut to Mecurion and Zilyana. How exactly, like, you were tracking Arno and Barin?
Yes.
That was your plan.
Yes.
What skills do you have that would be appropriate for that?
I've got my perception.
Okay.
I've got perception and outdoor survival. Also navigation, or intuition.
Okay. Intuition is probably more for, like, intuiting something in a conversation. Let me see here. Okay, so none of you have, like, the actual track skill. Okay, so...
Well, we do have super elf eyes.
You do have super elf eyes, but it's not quite the same as tracking. It's like spotting something. I will allow you to make a... initiative test at let's see what do I want to do here. I'd say an initiative test. Yeah, let's do that. At -10, a difficult initiative test.
Okay, sure thing. Let's go! Go! 8.
That's a
4 degrees of success.
Nice.
We on your trail!
Let's go, Alpha.
Yeah. Okay. So the elf squad, with their impressive eyesight and impressive initiative and, like, reflexes, are able to easily trail Arno and Barin as they make their way. However, they're still a good ways behind, and eventually they kind of come to the main street, lose them in the main street. It takes them a while, but they finally come up onto the site, and you see the same site, the lock, stock, and barrel sign that is sort of hanging above an open door. You, as you're sort of making your way, you're not running or anything, you're not drawing attention to yourselves, but as you make your way closer, you hear that sort of, like, discussion, the accusations of, Caster Liberung of the Purple Hand. You hear all of this, and you kind of, I'm assuming, pick up your pace a bit once you hear something that and hear Adolphus's voice. And then, like, as you're making your way closer to the building, you hear this blood curdling awful sound, and you turn the corner mere seconds after, and what you can see is a heavily mutilated body, a stocky man, Adolphus Cufsus, in front of the lock, stock, and barrel, which is sealed. The corpse appears as though it has been torn apart. Its chest and belly are ripped open.
Oh, God.
Is there any blood trail?
There's no blood trail, just, like, spatters of blood everywhere around.
Oh, bloody hell.
He actually
I don't think
is
I
with
did
that
this.
cult.
What?
Maybe. I don't know. This is
I
terrible.
didn't think they did this.
So inside the building, Arno and Barin, you suddenly hear the two elves begin to talk loudly.
For Sigmar's sake, why can they not simply leave us be? Well,
I think they like us.
I'm going to quickly go to Cousteau's body. Is there any blood trail, anything like that?
you just asked that.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
There's
Oh, I'm
no
sorry.
trail.
All right. I'm going to in any obvious entrances or anything like that.
No, there's just the door that you can tell. It's strange as you look at it because the door into Lock, Stock, and Barrel has a bolt on the outside.
Oh,
I see. This is quite. Zilyana, I'm going to ask you to do something that might not be the wisest. I need you to
Alright.
run and get the guard.
get the guard.
Yes, you're swift.
Hold on, Mecurion, are you sure about that? If there's all this funny business afoot, they might think that it was us.
They're going to think
Are
it's
the
us.
two of you inside the building saying anything as this conversation is happening?
Master Starkwall, I'm going to pursue the individual who just left us in here. Help me with this door. And Arno was going to attempt to kick the other door open.
It's like smash the grab out for the goal, and then Baron's gonna help him by headbutting it with his helmet as hard as he can.
I'm trying to pursue the secretary.
Okay. Through the back door.
Yes, I am not trying to leave. I am trying to pursue someone because whatever happened outside is not my business at this moment. I got some questions for the funny individuals who proceeded to lock the entire building up.
Okay. Yeah, so you can give me a melee brawling or a melee skill, like using an appropriate weapon if you want to just like break the door down. But it's clearly like been locked from you.
Well, luckily for you, my melee brawling is higher than my melee basic.
Hell yeah, do it up.
Has just no challenge, nothing?
Yeah, just no challenge.
Okay. Just out of range.
Okay. So you hear this like bang on the door, and like the elves outside would hear like a banging on wood from inside the structure.
Right, wait, hold on.
I'm going.
What about my headbutt?
Are you going to attempt to rush
Yeah.
the door as well, Baron?
Yeah, I said I was
give me a-
headbutting.
Wait, wouldn't
it.
that give me a bonus for trying to bust through the door?
That depends. Baron, are you doing it on your own, or is it like?
Yeah,
in
I was
tandem?
helping him.
Okay, yeah.
That's the
so
whole
you-
thing.
you-
I was kind of confused. I just got forgotten.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you rush forward and give it like a thump along, and you can hear the cracking of wood with success. It's not entirely broken yet, but you can tell you've like started to push it. But basically, you've damaged the lock on it.
And he will go for another one when you let him.
Yeah, you can do it now. Yeah.
Okay, Arno is going to wind up another
I
snap
will
kick.
help.
Do we get to do anything?
Well, there's
No.
no
I said
get
when he
two.
lets
They're gonna get 2 hits on the door.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yep.
Winding up
This
for a
is
snap
our
kick.
door, boss, not
Rolls
your
a
door,
4.
boss. It's your own door.
Yeah, and then there is like a smash as Arno like rushes through the door, and Barin actually doesn't even hit the door this time. He just kind of comes running through the now cracked open door in the back alley.
I'm using the momentum to keep chasing, and hopefully I see somebody. That's the
Yeah,
description
so
of the
like
secretary.
you come out just in time to see the clerk who is like at the end of the alley, turning and kind of like raising her hand to her mouth in shock.
Baron is hauling ass, but of course, like, I'm thinking this way we can switch to them because, like, at that point,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, whoosh.
Yeah, you're gonna
our
be running
athletics
down.
is
Okay, so
pretty
the
bad.
elves, you hear the first bang and then a second follow-up bang that clearly sounds like a door has been broken open in the back of this building.
That sounds like Arno.
Right, perhaps we should pursue them.
Probably. It seems like things are about to get very bad.
Yes. Alternatively, we could try to find the one who did this, but we need to act quickly. Our speed advantage won't carry us forever.
Right.
I'm going to unlatch the fucking door to this area,
Yeah.
and opening it up real quick, do I see them sort of starting to file out?
Yeah, you would see both of them basically at the the opposite end, sort of in the just breaking out the back door into an alley.
Adolphus has been killed. Did either of you do that?
No.
And yeah, you're rushing off. And for record, this clerk, she's not running or anything. Her hands are up as you come rushing towards her. She looks in sort of complete shock here.
So we don't have to make an athletics to chase her, do we?
No. She's not running.
Barin's athletics are pretty bad.
Yeah, she's not running.
standing
She's
still.
just she's standing there more in shock.
Arno is going to try and catch up to her first real quick, and I would like to do an intimidate real quick.
Absolutely. So just run up and intimidate. Absolutely.
Yes, I charge forward and I roll an intimidate.
Yeah.
Do I get a bonus to my intimidate because
I'll give you a +20 because, dear Lord, you've broken out, you've rushed down an alley. Yeah, absolutely.
Hang on a second, I'm looking at this has been weird.
You can do it, I believe.
All right, throwing 39 with impressive success.
Yeah, so yeah, +4 success levels because if you're menacing, she raises her hands, says, I'm sorry, I did exactly what I was told and what I was paid for. I'm so sorry. Did I do something wrong? I'm so sorry.
So, based on that, I'm going to assume that
Arno would have heard the two elves screaming about someone being dead, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
So, he's going to approach and quickly look backwards towards Barin, who is trundling forward.
Yeah, Barin reaches at the exact same time. Essentially.
Hey!
Where are the rest of the lawyers?
There are no lawyers. Lock, stock, and barrel doesn't actually exist. I was told to just wait for you, the Herr Lieberung.
It's a ruse? Oh, for bloody hell. Wouldn't be the time to have a damn lawyer on our side. Arno's going to look at the inheritance if he has it at the moment. Unless it was not given back to him.
Yeah, no. You can check the documents for sure.
Arno's going to pick up the inheritance and just check it over.
Yeah.
Nation.
I'm sorry. I was told to wait for you that it was some kind of some kind of bounty hunting operation. They needed a law student, so they asked me.
Bloody hell. Now, for your information, I am not Herr Lieberung. I am another agent of the Church of Sigmar. I was actually investigating this sort of individual, given I had heard so much. Apparently, him and I
looked exactly like the picture.
Yes, I know. It's very annoying.
That gentleman who put you up to this was hunting a similar man who,
I suppose in this instance, positively was murdered out in the forest by mutants.
Oh. Very strange. I don't know anything about that. I
No,
just
you
got
may-
hired.
Yes, I know. You innocent person in the crossfire. I get it. The point is, the gentleman who put you up to this, did he give you any information about who this Lieberung individual was?
Just that he was associated with dark powers.
Did he give you specifics?
No, just that I would be doing Sigmar's work to help him, and he would pay. He paid up front. He was in a very big hurry. He only arrived a day ago.
Damn it, how the hell did he beat us here? Well, you have been doing Sigmar's work. Don't you fret about that, but... bloody hell. I was going to think as Barin is presumably approaching.
Oh no, Bear's
yeah.
been there the entire time, just gonna die. Yeah. What? Baron's just back and forth because he has no
Alright, yeah.
context. And he's yeah. Screw you, lady. Oh, what? Inheritance.
Look, listen. We don't have time for all this right now. You need to come with us.
Oh, all right. And she sort of like nods.
Unfortunately, based on the sounds and what my two compatriots have noticed, the bounty hunter lies dead outside.
Oh.
This way. Arnold's going to go to regroup with the elves.
Yeah. At this point, I assume the elves have sort of like peeked out into the alley, and then they see you coming.
Well,
I have a request before we get to the elves. I'm sorry. So as Arnold is going out, I assume like we're kind of opening the front door and all the other stuff.
Well, you're heading to the back door because you're in the back alley
Okay,
sort
okay.
of thing, and then you're heading.
Okay,
back.
so are we at this point like entering inside? Correct.
Through the back door, that's where you would be entering it.
Yeah. Are any of the other doors seem to be like openable?
No, there's just the back door and the front door. Both of them are open right now.
No, like in the building.
Yeah, no, that's it. There is a front door and a back
Okay.
door. Like this was a sham of a law office.
No, I know. I'm just saying, what's the interior? Is it just like a square? Is it?
Yeah,
just...
it's just a square.
Okay,
It's just a square
okay.
with a front door, a back door, and then there's a desk with two two empty bookshelves on it.
Okay, never mind then.
But as you come back, you would see that the elves are there at the back as well.
Okay. All right, elf time.
Well, all of you kind of
Yes.
come back, so you will come back with this woman.
Yes, what we're going to wind up doing is, I think, honestly, after what we had seen with Barin, we'd kind of come in, we'd found this corpse. We're going to probably be moving on as soon as we kind of get confirmation that they didn't do it. I feel like we're probably going to want to chase after who actually did do it. Maybe try to track them down while the kill is still fresh.
We don't have any means of tracking them, do we?
Yeah, we didn't see any footprints or anything, so we can assume it either like somebody took him out from a distance, or like somebody, I don't know, he had like a chest burster
yes.
or something.
Yes,
Or
the
it was
mythical
magic.
ranged explosion device.
Of course, yes, that fable
Wait.
thing.
This might be out a bit metagaming, but I don't know if you want to look at the Winds of Magic thing.
Yeah, no, I would assume that would be part of perception
Yeah.
check. I imagine, like, we're here at the city. It's the middle of this very, very busy festival. I can only assume that, like, the areas that have a lot of people might have seen a guy running away, and the areas that don't have a lot of people are somewhat possible to split up, and with our superior speed, hopefully track them down.
Also, what time is it supposed to be? Because the clock says 11:50 p.m.
Sorry, ignore that clock. It's supposed to be like early morning at this point. Like you've
Okay,
just
yeah, I was about to be like, damn, we show up at this lawyer's office at 11:50 p.m.
you are those people.
Indeed,
And 5
yeah.
minutes before closing, still open because you're that asshole.
I'm going to roll a perception, I guess, just to see if maybe there's any magic or any trace of any kind of movement or whatever.
Sure. Give me a perception check. Totally.
Yeah. An 18 with 5 degrees of success.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see.
What?
Huh?
What?
Oh,
Corrupting influence.
Oh, did I bring up a thing? Oh, I did bring up a thing, didn't I?
Uh-oh.
Corrupting influence.
You
Evil
wanna
people.
click that resist button for me, speaker?
I would be a
Hello?
big fan of doing that.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
Mash E to resist.
We're gonna re-roll that with my fortune.
Okay.
Mecurion does not need to be any more corrupt.
I'm already corrupt as is.
Feel free to reroll.
It's a noble corruption, though.
Yeah.
There we go.
Better.
4 degrees of success.
You don't see anything, but for the briefest moment, you feel something like a chill breeze down this alley, and like everything seems to get darker, and like everything takes this almost stretched appearance, and you can hear like the cawing of birds in the distance, and then kind of like you have this moment, and then you shake your head and you snap back. But otherwise, the only thing you see here is corpse.
So,
And like as you sort of look back down at it, you don't see any sort of like tracks or idea where someone could have come or gone, and you realize from where you were, like it would have been a good sprint for. But what you also notice is the heart of Adolphus Custos is torn in two, and the body itself is in a pool of blood and looping intestines, and its empty eyes like stare up in horror at something that is no longer there.
I see. So no idea of any direction or the wind, because with my second sight, I don't see any winds of magic.
No. You like the best you can get is that dark breeze, some kind of like Dar influence, perhaps, but you're not entirely sure.
I see. Yes, I suppose with that, I would probably try to collect everyone and
Yeah. Zilyana, what are you doing during that?
During all of this, I think I'm just keeping an eye down the alley, trying to see if I can spot literally anyone or anything. But that perception has probably been done to death, so I'm just kind of got my sword out. I'm being prepared, essentially.
Yeah, since you're sort of like being prepared, looking around, one thing you do notice is on the body, you notice a letter that is sticking out of the dead bounty hunter's boot.
Just gonna look around, and I'm just gonna reach down and pluck it out.
Absolutely. Seems to be kind of like fairly well maintained and properly sealed. Share this with all of you.
The letter.
If someone wants to read this letter.
No.
Wow.
No.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. We'll all silently read it then.
I got it.
Our voice people can get screwed.
It's mostly, I don't know if you have the not stupid font version.
No, I see the
there's,
text version.
in the top right, you should have the Zorn. In the top right, there should be a little text pad
there
that
it
if you
is.
click it, it brings up the
All right,
text.
let's see. For the personal attention of her Adolphus Kaphos, the 9 stars coach again, to the Mindenheim Rome, Altdorf. My dear Herr Kofsos. Actually, who, instead of me reading it, who went up to it and got the letter? I'm sorry.
Zilyana's
Oh, I got it.
Okay, Zil, you go ahead. You read it.
Oh, sure. Just start reading it aloud. Just, my dear.
Zilly can read, right?
Yeah, Zilly's an elf. She can read. Despite, yeah. My dear Erkustos, you may recall a certain conversation we had last Browsite in the public bar of the Hook and Hatchet in Nome. At that time, you mentioned your interest in the activities of a certain society whose name I shall not mention here. Must be that purple hand? It's purple, right?
yes, they did seem to be a purple hand.
Purple. In particular, you were very anxious to trace the whereabouts of a certain officer known only as the Magister Impedimentae. I'm now able to confirm each and every one of your suspicions. After your departure, I made some discreet inquiries and managed to ascertain that the person you seek uses the name Castor Lieberung. In accordance with your plan, Herr Lieberung will be traveling toward Altdorf on the Mindenheim Road at some time toward the end of the month of Yardrung. I have also had the good fortune to secure a likeness of Herr Lieberung, which I enclose within this letter. I remain, sir, your most obedient servant, QF. Well, he didn't have the decency to sign it.
And there's like this picture that is just like just Arno's like hat covered face.
Well, this is clearly the guy that was on the road. Arno's supposed alleged, not twin.
Look-alike is the word you're looking for.
Look-alike. Huh. Well, whoever this QF person is...
Arnold's going to reference the, excuse me, I'm going to look at the affidavit real quick.
Mhm.
Okay, because I can't read the writing necessarily. Is there any...
So again, in the top right corner, there's a little text thing that if you click on it, it's a little like piece of paper with a fold in the corner. It'll give you the text version of it, so it's just flat text and not the
All
weird
right.
font.
So no QF here. We do have an Ingrid Zickerman, a Oscar Helmut, and Julius Schwungrad.
Yes, no QF in the inheritance leather either.
Interesting.
Well, whoever this QF is, do you think they had any hand in what happened to Mr. Kufstos?
Sincerely doubtful, unless their plan is to individually and extremely inefficiently weed out members of the Church of Sigmar from the entirety of the Reich.
Perhaps they were attempting to protect you?
Well, that would definitely be an interesting turn of events. But something probably we should not discuss within earshot of anyone who could be listening.
Right.
Yeah.
Mecurion, you had that weird look about you. Is everything all right?
Yes, whatever was by here was something rather grim. If we are indeed dealing with the dark gods, well, I say that's plenty of evidence. There's a cold breeze and a sense of dark magic in the air. I don't know what killed this man, and I couldn't find him. I couldn't find any evidence of any murderer outside a very particular presence and a very cold breeze.
Finger
Barin
pointing
doesn't
aside.
believe him. Barin just sniffs. Is like, no, that's the sewer lane.
And yeah, you can see there's like there's a manhole nearby that's just wafting fumes.
We should perhaps discuss this in a more private locale.
Well, if they're still nearby, I don't want to leave. Why don't we check down the alley first?
I don't honestly think that we're going to be able to find them.
Yeah, it's at least worth a shot. I'll take point.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I'm gonna explore just down the alley
Anna goes
real fast.
Sure.
I want when she goes down, looks down the corner, like, I didn't find anything, and then a giant, like, evil tentacle monster just. Oh, she found it.
Please
She
don't
found
get
it.
Fate score by 1 zillion.
Yeah, exactly. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turn down the alley to see sort of the tail edge of the Schaffenfest, where everything is kind of like super populous and there's like masses of people shouting. So it looks like this was kind of just an alleyway that wasn't part of the festival and has barely been used or doesn't see a lot of foot traffic. But as soon as you reach the end and turn the corner, you can see the sort of pickup of the citizens again, the bustling, loud voices and like heavily trodden streets here.
Oh. Well, it looks like it just leads to the festival. You think they're hiding in the crowd?
Almost certainly, if they can. It's possible we might be able to pick them out if we look for the scent of Dar. But beyond that, I believe we need to deal with Adolphus's body. We need to make sure this isn't pinned on us, perhaps alerting the guard. And by the way, Arno, this is a rather peculiar church.
Well, if you'll pardon me, Master Mecurion, I didn't exactly expect you to be nosy.
Of course I'm being nosy. Our dwarf has been trying to kill me with a crossbow for the past 7 days, and all of a sudden he slinks off with you on some sort of secret activity. I was concerned for your safety, and honestly, a little bit suspicious.
Bloody elves always got to make it out to be some kind of potato cake. Look, we have someone here and we need to talk with her. So if you don't mind, damn it.
I was gonna turn to the law student. You there?
Yes?
You got a name?
Ostara Fass.
Miss Fess, is there an inn or a tavern somewhere that's more secluded? Nearby?
Certainly, she pauses and thinks. What's your price range?
Arnold's gonna put his head in his hands and remember that everything has to be fucking paid for in this goddamn horrible universe.
Just give us a decent tavern.
Doesn't even
We
have to be
just need
decent.
one room.
We need a room, a private room. By the way, you're going to be coming with us for a little bit because, unfortunately, your association with this seems to have put you at risk as well.
What? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! All right. The journey's end. It's a lovely little place we could go.
Very well, lead the way. Well, just guide me. I'll lead the way.
All right. Certainly. We have to go through a bit of the festival, though.
That's fine. Just stick close.
Here, I'm gonna put her up on my horse.
You brought your horse?
Yes, of course I did.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's a
we
good
didn't
horse. Good
stop
horsey.
to we didn't stop to stable it or anything, so I assumed it was just
Good horsey.
good horsey.
Pat.
Alright.
Yep.
So,
Out of curiosity, there's nothing else on Adolphus's body.
no.
Does he have his equipment?
Yes, he does.
What equipment does he have, Thurston?
Good. Very good.
We're gonna loot the body, man.
Of course you are.
Arno needs to take the equipment of his fellow witch hunter and he needs to put it to good use.
Yeah. Baron's looking for the coin purse.
Wait, why is it when I ask, does he have anything else on his body, it's no. But when Arno asks, does he have his equipment, it's yes.
He asked in the right way.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you.
How much money does he have that I can have?
Arno will actually smack you with his club if you try to loot the pockets of a member of the Church of Sigmar.
I mean, I'm
Okay,
just
okay.
making sure what he needs to do to donate to the church when we get there.
Arno is going to beat you senseless.
Baron dies. How much many
know-
wounds do I take?
He has 12 bolts, a crossbow, a sword, 10 yards of rope, a set of manacles. He has a mail coat, a mail coif, and mail chaussures.
Shit.
Uh-huh.
Arno's going to. He's going to take the. Fuck it. He'll take whatever he can use for this instance. He's going to take the
Burns.
crossbow and the bolts.
Okay, I'll drag these over to you. What is Baron the fucking troll?
Well, Baron
doing?
wanted the bolts because he uses bolts.
Are they the same size bolts for his hand bow?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. You can hold the bolts for now, but when I start to get ballistic skill later, we're gonna share.
That's fine. That's fine.
Do you wanna have it so Arno at least has some bolts? Like, do you wanna take?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have
fine.
ballistic. Thurston, I don't have ranged. I don't have
Yeah, he
ballistic.
doesn't have anything to really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 11 of that.
Okay,
And-
I'm,
and
not,
as-
I'm not a witch hunter yet. I have like a flat 32 because it's my ballistic skill.
This is how
what I want to do.
Oh, you've
I'm
already
sorry.
upping the bolts. Good. Okay, cool.
I got the bolts. As Arnold's going for his stuff, and I assume Arnold, your character is considering wearing it and like equipping all this.
Arno is going to put it in his pack for the moment rather than equip it all because that's very disrespectful and he's trying to have some decorum.
And as he does it, like, oh, that's really good of you, Arnold. I'm sure that Arnold would be very helpful when it gets donated right back to the church. Just like this money. How much is inside the pouch?
He does not appear to have any cash on.
Oh, this poor bitch. All right, fuck it.
Wow. Wow. Sir.
In this adventure, the good guys are the Chaos Cult.
It's true.
Look, Chaos doesn't need shillings. I need shillings.
who wants
Shillings,
the sword?
No. The economy of this universe revolves in a way that destroys chaos with firepower and employment. I
Thurston,
need
is,
this.
Oh,
Is his sword of equivalent quality to mine?
it's a hand weapon. Like, it just counts as a sword.
I'm going to keep it because at Witch Hunter I gain dual wielding.
Very good.
That's awesome.
Okay, and then the male equipment, the male coat, the male coif, and the male chaussures.
I already have male coat, so someone else should get the
I should probably take it because I have no armor.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so let me add that to you, Mecurion.
I have a male shirt, excuse me.
Yeah, I gave you one. I like to imagine, Mecurion, when you get the shirt, you just kind of like do that little flick, like you would get dust off or something. You're trying to get the blood off.
Oh, of course, yeah.
However, getting all three of those will encumber you.
Yeah, I probably won't have the male coif.
I'll take the coif and the boots, but I will be leaving Mecurion the coat.
Okay, so Mecurion will just take the coat then.
Yeah. And I'll wear my clothes over it. Or...
What a mess.
Oh, wait. That'll encumber you, Arno.
That's fine.
Okay.
I will give away my dagger to someone.
Does Zilly have any armor?
I am pretty armored up.
Zilyana's the tank. I'm
He has a
flat
male
banded.
shirt. And
Yeah, I've got a male shirt and leather jacket and all of that still.
Okay, nice.
I
might
could
want to
take
give.
the coif. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, wait, no, I'm not encumbered if I wear it, I guess. So I guess I'll just wear the equipment. Say, does that work right?
No, it's just based on what you're holding, like what you've got overall. So you could. I think you're encumbered by one. So if you did give the coif to Zilyana, that
Couldn't I also give the dagger to someone else?
the dagger doesn't have encumbrance. It's 0. You'd need to give something like the crossbow that's 2 or the sword that's 1.
Barin, hold my crossbow.
No, give you that. Okay, yeah, I'll hold the crossbow.
Okay.
All right.
I guess.
I am deleting.
I'll just
the crossbow.
dual wield crossbows.
I bet. Meanwhile, that first rendition of Barin that like had an encumbrance of like 15, looking pretty good right now.
True.
Only
I
you
could
were
have
still
still
a
been
minor.
Patsy.
You could have been a contender.
Well, if the question is how is the chain shirt intact if his heart was ripped in half? I mean, clearly the shirt was ripped off. Also, I gotta give them treasure, guys. You gotta understand, they need treasure. Otherwise,
Arnold is trying to become a witch hunter, and for that, he needs to look the part, have the equipment of a witch hunter, which in this case is part of it. So, fine. Also, it gives
Well,
Baron the opportunity to have a big gun as well as a small gun.
Like, let us
All
have
right.
a fucking win, man.
no, chats with me. No treasure, only suffering. Very
No.
good. All right,
I
let's
want
on
shiny
the way
things.
to the journey's end. Let's take our break here.
Okay.
All
So
right.
during break time, I'll still have microphone stuff on and everything. So feel free to talk with chat as I say thank you to people who scribbled and all that. So we will be right back. So for podcast people, we'll see
gonna
you in
go-
like a moment.
Yay.
I'm gonna go for a quick walk. Here we go.
As we come back now.
To the journey's end, where you enter and have the accompanying legal assistant Astara Foss with you. We come into the journey's end, which is packed. And I should clarify, as you are going through the Schaffenfest, you are finding that the city is just bustling at this point. It is difficult to move around. You are like seeing people at all street corners. There are pavilions set up. There are little stalls, and you are just walking your way through the city. Eventually,
They were
making your way
really
to-
apt image, by the way.
Oh, right. It's so it's so good.
It's a great image.
And you make your way to the journey's end, which is like suitably crowded, but you manage to get yourselves a chair, or sorry, a table after a few minutes of waiting.
I do find it funny in this image that just for podcast people, we have like this splash over like a really big like a little festival area in the city. There's a bunch of people, etc. And it literally has an inquisitorial type character, a dwarf, which is a troll slayer, and an elf who's looking pissed off at a pig. But then there's like no other elf. So I like to think this is us in the future, where I'm a
Yes.
slayer, Arnold's finally a witch hunter, and Mecurion's finally he's like some super noble with scrolls on his side full of deals or whatever, and then Zilyana's fucking
left all this
dead.
bullshit.
No, she's dead.
Zilyana was cursed and transformed into a pig.
Exactly.
And of course, the dog's on there too, and so there's kind of Nugget,
Damn it.
who's a different dog because apparently the previous dog something happened.
No.
This is
Oh,
the
no.
darkest lore. Yeah, yeah. Barin took the Slayer oath after Nugget was eaten by rats. Very good, chat. Very good.
No, I don't know, Chad. There's only one way you can keep Nugget alive, and I think you
By
know
petting
what
him?
that means. That's right.
Damn.
I'm threatening.
You gotta
I'm-
watch a different show. You gotta
I'm
watch a
threatening.
different show.
Damn. Damn.
I am threatening a not real dog that's a JPEG on my screen.
I'm
Right.
threatening a JPEG. That is
Damn that image. all right. So yeah, you're at the journey then. You've got yourself a table. The legal assistant to Star sitting there with you kind of has this like forced smile on her face. I'm in trouble now. Oh no. I just needed some extra shillings. I didn't think this would be a thing.
Listen. We have a use for a law student, whether you know it or not. You're not in trouble. But as with everything, even common folk find themselves in the line of fire sometimes. Happen to be very good at keeping people alive, though, so don't worry too hard.
Are we? I mean, yes, we are.
Arnold's going to club her.
And she dies. And that's why there's a pig.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why there's a pig. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm insulted.
What is it you need from me? I'm only a law student.
Yes, well, we have need of a law student. See, we came here on different circumstances initially before getting wrapped up in all this nonsense.
Oh. Are you here to well, all the judges here are booked up solid for months.
Yes, well,
I mean, unless she pauses. No, well, unless you're planning on seeing the festival magistrate.
that would be the plan, given that our current we came from Altdorf, you see. We were met with much the same difficulty there as we were here. That's why we're here in the Sharpenfest to begin with.
Oh, no. Well, I don't. Oh no! And like she's pausing. The festival magistrate is a character.
Well, we've seen plenty of those in our time.
She leans in. You don't understand. Heinz Richter is a very interesting man. He's no fool. Can't be bluffed or bamboozled.
You know, luckily I don't intend to do either of those.
I'm just saying that he is a. If you are dealing with legal matters, he is a powerful opponent in the realm of legal matters.
Do you not trust your own ability?
Arno will say inquisitively towards her.
Say he's a powerful man, and I would not want to confront him without being entirely in the right.
Well, luckily for you.
And Arnold will do something very uncharacteristic of him based on what anyone's seen so far and like put a hand on her head and muss up her hair.
We happen to be right. So,
Good.
if you don't mind, we gotta get through this. That's attack Walt, what are you doing?
What do you need? What do you need? He puts apple behind his back.
You better not be eating a fucking apple again, Barin.
Why, you jealous? I'm eating fruit and not ye.
We told you about finding things lying around on the ground. Are you a pig, Master Stackwall?
No, it's the only way I know how to survive.
Barin, that was wax! It was decorative!
Well, it tastes good anyway. Takes another bite.
Just styrofoam
chewy.
falling
You
into his
just
beard.
hear the entire time just smacking.
It's like gum.
We are going to make a lot of money if we put out a life insurance policy on
He
that wall.
spits on the ground and it makes a candle.
Candle.
Well then, if I may ask a small question before we get too kind and comfortable with our new compere, just a quick moment.
Come here. You talk with her. I need to deal with Mr. Stackwall.
Very well, yes.
We can't have another one, Master Stackwall.
Why not? This one looks like a weird object. It's yellow and long.
It's waxed.
You just see it like trying to take food from a toddler, trying to put it in his
He's
mouth.
got like a bag of waxed fruit that he's procured.
No, I like the texture. Get away.
Mercurian, go ahead.
I just look at this lost it. Dwarves are a magical people, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
You look nervous.
I'm very nervous. There was a man who hired me to do something simple, and then his chest was exploded, and
Yes,
now I'm
that must be
here.
very hard for you. I sympathize, and I shine my, my spiky gold tooth shines. So, I just had a quick question to ask you, and I very much appreciate a straight answer, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way. I know you've been through a lot. Yes.
Yes.
Have you been telling us the whole truth? And I'm going to just kind of outwardly say that. Look at her reaction, kind of think about how she's been acting this entire time. I'm going to roll an intuition. So she's been putting on a pretty good show of being scared and whatnot, but we're literally dealing with an organization of potential shape-shifting chaos wizards. I am not immediately and thoughtlessly like we couldn't find the killer after we went looking. It's she was unaccounted for during the moment where the crime actually happened. It's possible that she knows more than she's letting on. And I want to do an intuition check, and I want to get any sense of are we being betrayed? Is she putting on an act? What's really?
I want to interrupt just for a sec and say, chat member, how very vect of you, Mercurian.
By the Muses' many murders.
Yeah. Roll your intuition check.
I'd love nothing more. All right, let's roll. With a 39, that is 3 degrees of success.
Yeah, she's definitely not hiding anything at this point. Like, she seems like exasperated, scared for her future, and kind of just entirely out of her depth.
I see. Yes, of course. And so there's no hint that there might be something else going on with this person.
No, she very clearly was hired to essentially greet someone, close the door, and walk away, and then had the misfortune of not walking away fast enough.
Absolutely fair. I'm willing to believe that is probably the case. I'm just going to do one last glance over of her with my second sight, because we still do not have a source for that evil juju magic, and I would like to know what chaos. If this person did do any magic, presumably it should be relatively easy to see any strands or any taint or anything like that with my magic elf eyes. So I'm gonna roll perception. Is that okay?
You're just gonna use your second sight.
Yes.
This is the option. So, I think you just get the sight, which, let's see, your second sight allows you to perceive them. Actually, that will apply to your intuition as well, so you don't have to make a perception check. It applies to intuition, perception, and track.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. So you don't have to make a test. No, you don't see any kind of magical effects going.
Okay, splendid. Yeah, so having given her the once over, I'm willing to believe her story. Very well then. It seems as though you might have actually just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Thank you for your cooperation. And essentially that conversation was just, are you sure you didn't have anything to do with it? Mecurion staring at her scarily for a very long time. And then, oh, well, it seems like you're totally on the level. Very good.
Okay, and Barin, you said you walked away, right?
I assume.
Did you
I
leave
assume
the
me and
table?
Arnold. I do know it's out of. I assume we're like meeting back up with the elves or whatever.
Well, you
I
were
walked
in the
away
inn,
as a
like,
comedic
you-
segue, but sure.
Yeah. Sorry. I was trying to clarify because you're like in the inn, you're at the table, and Barin had been eating some food, and then, like, were you all still there with that conversation that happened, or did you all get up and leave to allow?
We did
Mercury
not
to-
abandon the conversation, but we're not that far away. We didn't like run to the other side of the
Okay, okay.
town.
So you just kind of got up for a stretch in the inn, sort of.
Yeah, just a quick maneuver around.
Okay.
We're still in the area. Also, I'm keeping myself muted because some clown outside is mowing around with their giant as fart mower.
Fight tomorrow.
Got the mo. All right, perfecto. Okay, so after that, what is it you folks want to do? Like, I assume Barin and Arno kind of come back to the table. Like Mecurion has done the sort of intuitive checking on this this NPC Astara. What is your next step here? And kind of run out of leads, at least in terms of whatever happened to your dear friend Mr. Adolphus Cuffsus. But what are you up to now?
I would suggest to the party that if we have nothing to pursue in regards to this mysterious man who is causing trouble and can be considered, well, he's not causing trouble because he's very much dead in the forest, but I figure if we can just maybe push the other plot thread forward, namely Baron's mine.
Yeah, I was going to recommend we start looking around for a lawyer's office that actually exists.
We have a lawyer.
No, she's a law student.
Yeah, that's the best we can afford.
I don't
No,
want to.
he's not wrong.
I don't think that we need to necessarily rely on an untested junior for a property dispute. We do have a possibility. Yes.
Speaker, I'm begging you, please, because if we end up needing a lawyer in the future, if one of us gets arrested or in trouble, I don't want to buy another one.
Take her. It's like we haven't.
This is the Warham's
we don't
way.
own her.
It's an NPC.
We don't own
Understand,
her.
you know I don't advocate kidnapping people and adding them to the party. I'm saying we hire her on as a retainer because I'm going to be completely honest with you. Hiring an actual lawyer will probably bankrupt us.
Except for Mecurion, who's like, I will control the law with his class ability.
I don't want him to control the law.
True.
Well, what's wrong with the elf deciding who lives and who dies?
My God.
Baron, is there something I could roll to figure out how much a lawyer would be?
Yes, you can give me an intelligence check.
Oh, I don't
20.
know. Okay. I'm glad you gave me a mercy roll. Let's see if anything happens with it. And that's not going to happen. It's 75 out of 45. Lawyers do
Lawyers
paper.
are expensive.
Yeah, lawyers hurt wallet much. Baron's just asking random people, in the crowd, hey, Baron, how much do lawyers cost?
Question to ask.
Well, it costs a lot, you say.
How much? Is it like gold? Is it like silver?
Oh, it's gold. It's definitely
Oh,
there.
my God. How much gold? How much gold?
Well, my grandpappy lost his farm, you see. And he spent his life savings, which was 5 whole gold. That all just disappeared.
Oh, I see.
That was
I
just for one meeting.
I know someone who has 5 gold. Okay, I'll have somebody else. Hi, Baron. How much do lawyers cost?
Continue this ad nauseum.
Yeah, this goes on for
continue.
some time.
Yes,
Lawyers
well,
cost a lot.
So I got it between 2 gold to 500. So I got a pretty accurate assessment.
Basically.
I would recommend the madame, at the very least, doesn't leave our presence for a short while. She was, after all, present and complicit at the scene of whatever it is that happened on Eisenbahn Road.
That
More
is
than
the plan,
likely.
Master Mecurion. I wish to preclude any violence happening to innocents as best we can. Zilyana!
Yes.
I have good news for you.
Uh-huh.
You have 2 charges now.
Oh, yes, of course. I imagined that was the plan.
Yes, go make friends with our new companion.
Right. Very well then. In that case, what exactly do we do from here on out? There is the problem of the lawyer, but we haven't really got the coin to pay it. I figure that if we, deal with this little problem, perhaps there's some coin at the end of the road for us.
You see, that's the reason I'm suggesting we stick with the law student here. She may be inexperienced, but she knows a damn sight more about the law than any of us do.
I'm sorry. I just want to point something out. Barin,
Ah,
you say that elves bought out your mine, was it? Or was it... What exactly
No.
is the legal threat that's facing you?
or not rat folk.
Rat folk, yes.
Like, you believe in rat folk? Like, he asks a random stranger near him.
That's a good way to get in trouble.
Right.
Can it be
well,
a super drunk guy? He's like, oh yeah, just trying to get away from me. This is crazy dwarf.
Put the warp stone in the water and.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh no, it's Alexis Jonesworth!
Yes, Jones.
Bird plague in the water.
I'm tired of them putting chemicals in water to make the over skinny.
Very good.
This water's putting ogres on a diet. It's a huge conspiracy.
Now then, I would not advise that we refuse getting a legendary magister as our lawyer, perhaps in return for some favors that only an intrepid band of adventurers and a noble could possibly procure, before going with and no offense, the shell-shocked law student that has recently seen someone get their heart torn out.
Besides, isn't she more of a witness?
You can be both.
But it's not ideal.
We could at least present what we've seen to the chief magistrate.
Right, could you get us a meeting?
Well, he's
Please?
gonna be at the festival court.
Poor fucking girl.
Oh, yeah.
I like to imagine her all standing by she punching like, shut up, NPC, we're deciding it for you. It's like,
She's just like, maybe if I get them to go to the judge, I can look at the judge and be like, these fuckers kidnapped me.
Okay, Kirsten, if you're gonna be like that, I guess I'm being very fair. It's everyone else who's twisted.
dude, I'm okay with just letting her go so she can go home.
Fucking 3 seconds later, she's gonna be in a pit in a basement, and they're gonna be like roping food down to her.
What are you punching on?
You read that law book or else we don't bring jerky again.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 10 gold on a monkey just to punch her.
I don't take offense easily, but I mean, I'm not suggesting that we kidnap her. I'm suggesting we hire her.
Oh, I know what you're
Family.
suggesting.
I hate this family. It's like, oh, what is he's just accessory to a potential rat murder. She'll be fine. Thank you.
Well, then.
Real dad.
Look, if she gets murdered, we know there could be a trail we could follow.
Maybe
We'll
if
put
they
her on
murder her,
watch.
we'll get a clue on where to go next.
Yeah, they'll obviously
Fucking
leave a trail
player
this
idea
time.
I've ever. You're monsters.
We'll put it on watch. We'll do watches. I'll take first watch, and if she gets murdered on mine, I'll make a call sound.
I'm going to explode.
So,
I feel like a fuel air bomb.
See, if we were Druki, we would never have this problem.
I'm going to send you to the toilet.
right, okay. So, here's what we do. We're gonna go and try and talk to the Magister, and I think that our friend here perhaps is in some form of danger, so I would like to propose 2 options. Either she can stay with us, and we'll keep an eye out on you, I promise. I'm very good at keeping an eye out on people. Or we could perhaps get you a room in this inn, somewhere a little far off, and you can lay low, keep your head down for a bit, and just try and get your mind off things, eh?
Okay.
I can get you a bottle of wine.
No, I'm...
Are you old enough to drink?
Yes.
No, dude, it was so fucked. She was like 16 or like fucking 12.
Well, I mean, she basically is. Like, that is her age, but it's not like it's not like she can't drink in this world.
Yeah,
what do you think the drinking age is? The drinking age is 2.
Yeah.
The drinking age is when you can pronounce
Go to bed, sweetie. Glug, glug, glug.
True. Right, so what would you like to do? Do you think you'll be safer staying with us, or would you like to stay at the inn
We
here?
should go to the chief magistrate. I know the way. I can take you there.
Yes, let's before we commit to a plan D, let's first go with plan A and see where we wind up.
Right, excellent. Well, I'm gonna go and stable my horse here. I'll be right back. So everybody, just let's calm down, and we'll take good care of you, all right? I know that Arno's a little scary, and that Mecurion is, like that. But
Barin's,
we'll
as she's saying it, Barin's still eating some of the wax food, going, yeah. His bag just smacks. We'll take care of you.
Barin develops a taste for plastic.
And Barin, sometimes he shits candles, but we love him.
Hey, Barin. I light up the way for all of us.
Like the deep lore behind that is they all wore like candles in the mine, and like when they became hungry, they had to eat their own candles to survive.
How do you think Barin always has a candle in his helmet?
Really? God, no.
Well, hi there. This is Barin. Don't get used to him.
Don't get used to him. Really.
He won't. Hello. That diet is
Okay, so I'm gonna stable my horse. I'm gonna gather up everyone. I'm gonna make sure that I am hovering protectively behind the law student, probably a little intimidatingly. Just a wall of elf kind of looming behind this teenager.
I thought of Barin just saying, he's like, my brain used to wrinkle too much, so the wax helps smooths it out.
I hate this family.
But it's a family. Okay, so leaving the journey then,
now?
you make your way through the northern section of the Schaffenfest, which is dominated by a sprawling livestock market. The air here is thick with and alive with the sounds and smells of thousands of beasts. I ceased again. Thousands of beasts and their busy handlers. You can see there are 2 wide auction rings for larger animals, dozens of secondary rings for smaller and more specialist animals, and an unaccounted for number of well-guarded livestock pens. All farm animals are available here. So you're walking through areas with sheep, cattle, horses, pigs, poultry, but also donkeys, cats, dogs, and occasionally rarer creatures on offer. As you are walking, Barin, you are stopped no less than 5 times by people looking down at Nugget, looking at you. I'll give you 5 silver shillings for that one.
No, fuck off. Keep going.
And then 15 silver shillings. It looks like a well-trained mutt.
Well, yeah, that's cool and all, but the answer still no. He's making sure Nugget's real close.
This thing is adorable. Look at its ears. I will give you 5 gold crowns for this magnificent breeded creature.
Barin stops. Looks at the man. I look at Nugget and I go, do you remember the last 2 cities we were at, Nugget? Nugget, you remember, right? You remember the plan that we always had if someone wanted to buy you out, right?
Like, is that the saddest
in front of the guy?
No,
Just
no. He's like
shaking
whispering.
his head, like, not like this.
No,
not
he's
like
whispering,
this.
and it's like, Nugget, I hope you'll remember. And a couple series before, like when he had to go, for Uncle Hedgeman, who sent him out, to kind of get some, poisonous traps for the huge rats in the mines and stuff. that he took back with it. Someone offered 10 gold crowns, for Nugget and everything, seeing how well he was doing with the rat problem there. That, he definitely sold him, and then, like, a little bit later, Nugget was able to slip away from him and then come right back to Barin.
Like, yeah, but Nugget's like, I don't want to do this again, but I guess I'll do it.
Nugget, you don't need to have that mystical voice in your head tell you what's right or wrong. It's not like there's some floating skull called a game master in your head telling you just to don't fuck this up, you idiot.
On one hand, there's the skull being like, be a good boy, Nugget. On the other hand, there's Barin being like, gold, Nugget.
Gold, Nugget, you can have the precious of beds, Nugget.
All right, Mr. Dwarf. Barin, give me a +20 charm animal test.
Okay. +20 charm animal.
Mm-hmm. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Okay.
Do it. Roll it.
No, I will. Okay.
I got +2 success levels.
Nugget, like, nods his head like, okay. Yes, are you going to be selling this animal? Yes.
Oh, thanks, Sergeant. Let me see the gold up front, though.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yes, I believe 5 gold crowns. Here you are.
Cool. Barin takes it and he tests the gold, making sure it's not, like, wooden or whatever.
Yeah, you take, like, a little bite. You can feel that there's that, like, slight bit of give in the gold that you would expect to have.
And then I look at the man and go, okay, then, where would you like me to deliver the dog to you? I can get him pampered up for you, nice and clean, neutered if you need to, and I can deliver it straight to your house. I need your address. You got a piece of paper and everything else?
Well, no, sir, I can't give you 5 gold crowns. I'll take the dog right now. Come here, boy.
It's like, all right, Nugget. It's like you, and I kind of lean down the Nugget going, you know the plan. I was like, all right, go do our business with you. And I add 5 gold crowns.
Yeah, of course. The man begins to walk off holding Nugget, like, and the camera's like looking at the man who's walking away, and like Nugget's head is poking out from like just beside the man's shoulder, looking longingly back at the party.
It's like I look at Nugget, proud of going, I've trained that dog. He knows exactly what to do.
Nugget farts.
I'm just looking at chat.
Oh, I know. They're so mad at you. You are the scum of the universe right now. And I'll take it because for once it's not me.
It's owned.
Okay, right.
Okay, so yep. So you are carrying on.
Yep, we're carrying on.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah, forward, I guess. Without
Well, congrats on selling your dog, Zoran.
You don't know that. I sent Nugget on a mission.
Yes, but you don't know that either.
I know it. I told him to do it.
We're gonna be
Okay.
in big trouble.
There are obviously no consequences. Okay, so yeah, at this point you are carrying on your way, and you come to you walk down the livestock market, where you can see that there's a grand parade of animals that are going on, like basically champions and primes for like sex and breed, and the king and the queen of each type of animal, and like there's a whole thing going on here. And there's roars of bids and counter bids as people are bidding on livestock, and this is going on all the time. In fact, you start seeing some of the more strange and esoteric creatures, including even like a hippogriff that is currently like tied down for sale for several hundred gold crowns. Then you carry on your way to find the jousting lists in the section that is getting ready for the upcoming jousting tournament that is taking place here. And finally, you make it to the area you want to go, which is the Festival Court and Stocks. The Festival Court, as the star points out, is a large tent with the town's coat of arms hanging outside that is set up, and there's like lines of people and like waiting to go into it, and you see at least 2 state army halberdiers that flank the entrance. But as you approach, you start hearing this moan, like, please help me, please. And you see in the stocks that line the approach is a dwarf, and it is the saddest excuse of a dwarf you have ever seen.
No.
And he, is clearly in the stocks, has been pelted with fruit and other refuse. Someone has taken an animal bone and put it into his beard and twisted it around. He's leaking from juices, and there's a group of kids that are throwing things at him.
I can guess based on the fact that this image is mirrored that he is here for being a drunkard and a vagrant.
Yes. And you just hear, there's the sign underneath him that reads drunkard and vagrant. And he's just like, please help.
Oh, we can't just leave him there.
Well, we could.
Oh, bless you, ma'am. I just need a loan. I just need a loan to get out of here.
Alone. How much? Shoo! I shoo the kids away.
And there's they toss one more before all running off and giggling into the distance. Oh, I need to pay my fine. It's only 2 silver shillings.
Only 2 silver shillings, you say?
Only 2. Can you spare 2 for old Gottry? Old Gottry Gurnison, trapped here in the stocks.
I'm gonna make a willpower roll.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Why are you making a willpower roll?
Zilyana looks down at him. Oh, all right. Here. I'm going to hand him the 2 silver shillings. Are you all right?
Guards, I've got the coins. Oh, bless you, ma'am. And one of the guards comes over, clearly gives you a look. Zilyana takes the coin, opens up the stocks. The dwarf, who is again covered in refuse, immediately hugs you, bringing himself into your way. Bless you. You're the sweetest thing I've ever met. This is eternal friendship. I'm swearing eternal friendship. They'll forgive the War of the Beard for this. They will. This is a good friend you are. And
Thank you, sir. But hey, listen. I'm going to need you to, whatever you did to get yourself in there, drunken vagrancy.
Yep.
I'm gonna need you to stop doing that.
Well, I could try now that I have my best friend to guide me forever.
Your best. Oh,
you and me, we're going to be the closest peoples and friends. A guardian angel has come down from the heavens to look after me.
You're so sweet.
Be there for you all the time, just like you were there for me in my time of need. I should also point out he has not even bothered to remove the bone from his beard yet.
Oh God. I'm gonna untwist the bone from his beard and just.
Oh, look at you! You're thinking of me all the time. Truly like an angel you are. Oh, this is a great friendship. And I don't know why we ever went to war. It seems so silly. What we should be doing is just spending time together and maybe getting a drink. We should get a drink, you and I. That's a good idea.
Perhaps sometime later, friend. We're going to enjoy the festival ourselves, but
sounds great. I love the festival too. And now that it's you and me against the world, this will be great.
Well,
We'll get some drinks, though. You know,
We're
need to
no
get
more
I can go get some drinks,
No,
but I need some
I think
coin.
there has been enough liquor here, and I
All right,
would
well,
like
that's
to
okay
wish you
if
a
you
very
don't think-
good day, my good friend. We have to
If you
go.
don't think I need a drink, now that's okay, because I'll spend the whole rest of the day with you. Then you and me against the world.
I love this Rick and Morty bit.
Okay, right. I see. Well, in that case, I look helplessly over.
I'm gonna lean down to Barin. Barin, pretend like you're gonna kill Zilyana and see him
So
go
as you
running.
lean down the whisper of the Baron, you see that Baron is not there.
Where is Barin?
Baron has been
He's
trailing
in
the
the
man
stocks.
who has his dog.
Because
Because we are a team, and he has Nugget in his sights, and he goes, "Don't worry, buddy. We're a team together, and this is the plan that we've always done. Everyone loves you,
yeah.
but no one can have you but me."
So we cut to you following the man, and like you realize what's happened. You realize that the man has immediately taken Nugget and gone to put Nugget into one of the champion contests for best animal and like best sex and breed. And like as you've like found the man, you can see that Nugget has been like put up on this pedestal, and there's all these people like, we're very good, and like they're all clapping, and like there's voting that's going on, and like, oh yes, the winner is this Nugget fellow. All right,
Baron,
then.
you utter fool! Why didn't you do this from the start?
Yeah, and like at the end of all of this, like the Nuggets is declared the champion of this particular breed and sex, and like everyone's cheering, and like Nuggets like looking like through the crowd directly at you, Baron, like head
Baron
kind
is
of tilted to the
clapping.
sides.
Baron
and like
is
as he's like
clapping
giving
for
you
him.
this, there's like they put the little like reef on him, you know, like little thing. Oh yes, and to the current owner goes
Here it comes.
the award
Here
of
it comes.
100 crowns, and
There you
everyone's
go.
cheering for the man who like tucks and goes and goes up and collects it. And like during all of this, like Nugget is still just staring at you, Baron, just like staring daggers at you.
Baron is so proud of him, and then he'll give the little whistle, which will hopefully indicate the Nugget. It's like it's time to go.
Yeah, and like there's like the whistle, and like the man like looks, sees you in the crowd, and then the man's like shrugs as he's like approaches. Nugget follows, and like he looks at you, Baron. Oh, I don't want dogs, terrible creatures, and he walks away, leaving Nugget with you. And like just Nugget is standing in front of you, just staring up.
I
Again,
kneel
head
down.
is like at the slightest angle.
I
like
pet him because I kneel and pet him, going like, "We've always been a team, Nugget. And out of all the gold and of all the things I've mined inside the stack wall mines, you're the favorite Nugget I've ever had. Me and you, we've always been a team, and you executed your thing so well, good boy." And I basically, I pet my dog. I take him up with me and go, "Hey, we got 5 gold crowns though, and that means I get to pamper you a little bit."
Bruh.
Good Nugget. Now I join the party and then look at Mecurion and go, "What?"
Yeah, as you come like walking back, and like this is, I'll spend the whole day with you, my new angel. I'll be
you
there
don't
at your
need
side
to.
the whole time. I mean,
don't-
if
you
I
really
can't
don't need
drink,
to.
I have nothing in my life aside from drinking, except for you now.
Yeah, and
my
I just come up with
angel.
Nugget, who has like a first place, has a reef and everything. Come up, and then I assume
Like the
Mecurion, you now
blue.
turn. "I'm sorry we took this random ass stupid detour, but we've been feuding a little bit in DMs," and it's just kind of like, it's like, you better fucking figure this out because I'm trusting you. And he
he's
decided to be a
you
dick.
better make that dog come back this episode, Thurston, or I will knife you.
So let me break this down. Zoran, trade dog for 5 gold. Also, Zoran, complains at GM to make a solution for his
No. You heard me exactly what I said, that I have trained this dog to do crime and fraud.
You are so lucky you live several states away from me.
Making Nugget take corruption.
Drive there and shove a fucking glass bottle up your nose.
But you know, I don't live several states away from you, my angel. I'll be
All right. Here, you go enjoy the festival. Stop drinking alcohol. We have to go.
Can you spare a shilling or two?
I have already spared 2 shillings. I want you to take care of yourself.
One more. I mean, I could get us a drink.
Barin comes up to the dwarf
Oh, no.
and takes out 1 silver shilling and says, I'll give you 1 silver the fuck off.
Okay.
Fuck
Thurston,
off.
He takes the silver shilling and immediately turns away and has completely forgotten about you, Zilyana, and you, Barin, and is like, and is like heading towards the beer gardens.
Oh,
Thurston,
damn it.
Yes.
while this has been going
Yes,
on,
Arno.
can
Yes.
Arno have been sitting at a nearby picnic table with Mecurion and the law student, and they all
The law student is standing in line for you because there is a line here.
Right, so can I just be sitting there with Mecurion and we both have like non-alcoholic drinks like juice or something?
Yeah. We're just standing there, just like bags under our eyes.
watching this.
I do want to apologize. I'm sorry, speaker. That I think we really skipped over you. I do want to say I'm sorry. I feel bad.
It's okay. It's all good. I'm living my life.
You need to know that is the final point of why the peasantry are so lowly regarded around here.
Jesus.
You know, I admit to you, Arnold, I came here, and I don't think I came here hating dwarfs as much as I've come to.
As he says that, Barin comes up and it's like, oh, look what Nugget just made. I spend Mecurion a gold, I give Arnold a gold, and I give Zilly a gold.
Oh, I can finally
Nugget
click
did
the
it all
gold
by himself.
Oh,
And he's
good
got
boy.
the first place ribbon on him.
Mm-hmm.
He is
He
the
won
best dog.
He won a competition, he did.
Oh, looks like you had fun, Nugget.
Arno's gonna turn quickly to Mecurion. Well, Master Mecurion, that is why, even though you may have issues, it is best to keep them to yourself. A very, very difficult task you may now come to appreciate.
Yes, well, I think I can keep my patience so long as I'm not shot again.
Just drink your juice.
Oh God, I know.
Well, according to that guy, all the grudges between elves and dwarves can be forgotten really easy.
Oh, the man in the stocks?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. I'll send word to Lothan.
Yes, exactly.
The War of the Beard is forgotten. We bought a dwarf of beer.
I'll let Fidubar know.
Oh, yes, they're going to be so excited.
All right.
As this is going on, the law student, Astara, she walks by. There's some good news and some bad news.
I'll start with the bad news.
Arno's gonna pass her a bottle of juice.
She takes a little bit of juice. The bad news is that the magistrate is not in.
All right.
Could be worse.
Well, the news can only get better.
The good news is I know where he is.
All right.
He's taken a break to go to Dr. Malthusius's Zoocopia.
Malthusius?
Malthusius.
Malthusius. Well, that's not a name that sounds a little skeevy.
Arno's going to put his hand over his face and just kind of like drag it down, like, oh.
It's not that far from here. It's just against the town wall.
Have they managed to secure it better than the last time this place was in operation?
I've heard good things, and the chief magistrate seems very interested to go there.
So he definitely. So you really weren't kidding when you said he was a character. He really enjoys that freak show.
Yes. Now, Fred, you said you were a witch hunter, correct?
Yes,
You
I
might
am,
just
yeah.
want to tuck your symbol of Holy Sigmar away, since the Doctor isn't too keen on your kind.
Oh, don't worry, I'm none too fond of him either, but I know subtlety.
Arnold's going to briefly take off the comet pins and hide the cuffs of his gloves that showed the comet of Sigmar.
All right. Well, I can point it out to you. It's just the big tent over there.
Like, yeah, she points to, like, up against the wall at the edge of town. There is a immense sign of Dr. Malthusius of Zoocobia.
What exactly can you tell us about this Dr. Malthusius is?
Which would you prefer to do it, Thurston, me or you?
You can give me a Lord Reichland test.
Okay. Arno knows about it at the very least. Oh, I know about it, which is why I was acting. But
Yeah.
challenging or
Plus 20.
okay. I'll give you a 34.
Yeah, what do you know about Dr. Malthusius' Zoocopia?
Well, Master Mecurion, if you must know,
Dr. Malthusius is an individual who collects and curates
a veritable freak show of varieties of mutants and other horrible atrocities.
flesh sculpted into horrible, awful shapes, either by some malign hand or,
If you believe the rumors, his. And generally it is a place to go
to hum, haw, and point
at the horrors of the world made manifest.
That sounds fucking insane, Arno.
Yes, it is. It's disgusting.
Is that illegal?
That sounds so sad.
It's legal enough. Legal enough the Church of Sigmar can't do nothing about it.
Oh.
Right. Well, I suppose we have no choice but to try our luck with this Dr. Malthusius. With any fortune, it might be connected to this dastardly chaos ring, and we might dispense with it quickly.
All I'm going to say is you better watch your ankles. And Master Stackwell, just watch in front of you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, as you could expect from anyone who peddles around with mutants of various kinds,
there have been the occasional concerns regarding
loose ones. Just a couple of years ago, I recall there being a story about
some kind of horrible
thing with like 6 legs, 2 arms, and the 3 heads of a goat running around. Horrible thing.
Oh.
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, the mutating is something you humans are fond of. Well, I won't say fond of, but tends to happen to you.
You say fond of, it zooms in on Arno's face, and you correct yourself, it unzooms.
Absolutely. Yes. It's so you become a mutant again through exposure to the dark gods failing to cast your magic correctly. Could you give me a rundown very quickly on mutants?
I don't have the whole book to show you right now. It's just unpleasant.
Right, fair enough. Well, we best put one foot in front of the other and see to this freak show quickly.
Alright.
Arno's going to finish his bottle of juice and get up from the picnic table where they were watching the fucking drunk beggar and Barin being a terrible pet owner.
No,
Baron looks at his money.
I'm having a good time with my business partner.
All right, so you approach this semicircular rope enclosure. Oh, yes.
I also wanted to gauge whether or not the law student is coming with us, or if she's just like, can I go?
She's kind of wanting to hang back. She's following, but she's not gonna like go into the Zoocopia.
Of course.
I'll wait here at this bench. Promise I won't go. I figured it would be bad if I did.
If something happens, run inside. We'll help you.
I'll go back to the journey's end if anything bad happens.
You got it.
All right. You know who to call, friend.
Yes. And so a semicircular rope enclosure stands on the wall, marking out the edges of Dr. Malthusius' Zootopia. The back of it are 2 wagons, one of which has a banner on the side proclaiming Dr. Malthusius' Zootopia, strange creatures from all corners, spelled with a K, of the world. The marvelous, the bizarre, the disgusting, brought to you at an enormous expense, also spelled with K. No other like it in the world, with an E. The other wagon is a flatbed with a pile of stout wooden cages, all covered in oiled tarpaulins. Odd sounds come from within, and leaning against it are a stacked of variety of signs for advertising, which presumably will be stacked around the ring rope. When you are walking by, you can see that the it appears like it's closed and is being opened, and there's a dwarf who is near the edges of it, shooing some of the people away, and is sort of shouting, "Oi! We ain't bloody started yet. Come back in and out. The doctor will see you then." And he's sort of poking at people with a stick who get too closer, try to peek a look under the tarpaulins.
That not being us, correct? We just got...
No. You're staying far enough away. You're kind of... I assume you're seeing that it's not quite ready. You're going to take a moment to wait and allow this place to open. Because, assumedly, if the judge is coming here, or the chief magistrate is coming here, I should say, assumedly if that's happening, you'll want to be here for when it opens, because he's probably coming then. So I assume you're just going to kind of stake out nearby.
Yeah, Arno is going to be keeping an especially open eye out for the... I guess I get, and this is just me speaking, I'm pretty sure that something stupid will probably happen with regards to a bunch of mutants, so I'm just having Arno keep an eye out in case something does.
Okay. So as this is going on, the crowd is starting to swell even now. And you can hear the thunderous tones of the showowner, who is speaking. Roll up! It's just 1 hour, and you will witness the most original, astounding display of zoological curiosities ever placed on exhibition in the entire length and breadth of our glorious empire. Welcome to Dr. Malthusius' Zootopia, gathered together for your education, entertainment, and edification from the far corners of the known world at incalculable expense. The unusual, the bizarre, yes, even the faintly disgusting. You will never see its like again, my friends, not if you live to see 1,000 years. And there's ooh, ah. And as this, Arno, you'd kind of push your way a bit to the front to sort of keep an eye on the everything going on. You can see one of the one of the cages covered with the tarpaulins. You see a strange creature that appears to be a small 3-legged goblin that is peering out of the cage. It's huddled miserably in a corner, arms folded and tethered to a stake by a chain attached to an iron collar.
Arno is... Can I roll to be filled with disgust?
Absolutely.
I'm not rolling to be filled with disgust. He's filled with disgust.
He is filled with disgust. The dwarf who is around seems to be preparing, and upon seeing the dwarf, the goblin seems to panic and yanks hard at the iron collar around its neck, desperate to get away. And then the collar snaps. And as it snaps, the dwarf looks up shocked, and the goblin actually squeezes through the bars of the cage and starts to run. It is running straight in your direction without any heed of where it is going.
Oh boy.
Arno is going to see this as an opportunity to let out some of his frustration against the mutants and possibly help Dr. Malthusius or whoever the hell.
And he's going to aim a punt at the goblin to try and kick it back to the dwarf.
Okay. You know what? Can you give me a challenging melee brawling?
Challenging, sure. Okay, don't. Those bullies won't bother me now. I'll give you a 27.
You are able to like catch this goblin however you want to. Like you can describe it to me how you like catch this goblin that is like rushing off. Again, it's got 3 legs, so it's sort of like running in a weird manner, but kind of is more like worried about the dwarf that was handling the cages than you.
Arno will rear back a kick as it is coming basically directly towards him, and with a swift boot, he will punt it skyward for a few seconds as it comes crashing down onto the dwarf.
As you kick, Barin will see it like, and he'll whistle, go, "Oh yeah, you want to make a blood bowl player yet, Arnold?"
And as that happens, like Dr. Malthus, everyone's kind of shocked, and Dr. Malthus comes over as the dwarf showman is like grabbed the goblin and re-chained him up. Oh, thank you, friend. I'm so grateful in recovering my exhibit. Certainly, you should be rewarded. Are these all your companions here? These 3 with you?
Oh, I bet we are, sir.
Please. And he like reaches in and pulls out a pouch and passes each of you 1 silver shilling. Please, come watch the show for free of charge. Thank you again.
Arno will tip his hat and do a flourishing bow with his arm behind him.
So
Very good. I was quite worried about you. You had a bit of an air to you, but I can tell you, a fine connoisseur of eccentricities.
Arno's gonna give a like wide grin, but you get the sense it's completely false.
Come, we shall enjoy the events here. Please. Take a seat. We'll get everything prepared. The finest seats for our heroes, everyone. And then there's like a cheer as everyone's like looking at you.
Oh, I don't want to be seen here.
yes, I'm kind of going a little bit behind Zilyana, kind of shielding my face. One time I don't
It's a
want
freak show. I don't want to know what everyone at Ultron is going to say.
I do admit it's a rather dreadful optics.
So yeah, you're all like seated together. And
Indeed,
there's
yes.
some time as like people are starting to file in, so you have some time to talk about what's going on. Like you've got a bit of privacy where you are right now, at least.
All right.
Step 1 complete.
Surprisingly easy. Anybody see the magistrate?
We do a perception to look around at the crowd, see if we have a powdered wig wearing fop laying around.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'll make one too.
Plus 20.
I'm gonna need that. Why am I at a -10?
Because you're encumbered, I think.
Oh. Wait, I shouldn't be. I got rid of the question.
1 sec.
4 degrees of success.
4 degrees of success. I'm going to
Into my allies.
with 4 degrees of success, you're able to point out and like spot and point out the fellow.
I also have 4. Okay.
Oh, it's the coif. The coif gives you a -10.
Oh,
The
okay.
helm. Yeah.
That's annoying. Oh well, whatever.
I mean, protect your head or be bad at perceiving things.
That's fine.
But yeah, you're good. Looks like it. So the 2 of you are quickly able to determine the chief magistrate has come in, along with 2 state guards. They don't appear to be halberdiers, but you can tell they're like state guard types who aren't wearing uniforms. They're just wielding like state weaponry, like swords, and they have shields over their backs. And they're giving like a wide berth to allow the chief magistrate to sit on his own in one of like the sort of private boxes that have been set up.
Okay. So he's definitely up and away out of our direction.
Yeah, he's kind of like you're still in like fine seating, but he is a bit further away from you. Like he's in his own private thing. You're not going to be able to get up right now. So.
Okay.
Well, perhaps it might behoove us to attempt to greet him, keep track of him. Also, important, watch his reaction to the festivities. If he loves this garbage, then, well, that'll be good to know. And at least he's seen your face, Arno. Well, your hat.
He'll know who I am, at the very least, and that was the first step.
Arno, can you give me an intuition check?
Okay, I'll give that to you. If you dare.
I do.
Just challenging?
I'll give you a plus 20 to this. This is going to be average.
Yeah, 95. I'm gonna fortune that,
Okay.
because I got 2 and I've not used any, so I'll try that again.
Sure.
800 again.
Do it up.
Doing it. That's fucking worse.
Ooh,
My ass.
Okay. There's a lot of people. You're not able to like quite intuit anything from the crowd, but you can tell that the fellow Dr. Malthusis has begun looking around and sort of like taking in everything in here. Here's the part. He has like a fine hat with feathers on it, a beaten up jacket, like a very bright, vibrant shirt and cravat. He looks very traveled.
Mm-hmm.
So, as this is all going on, and then the dwarf Gruni seems to be looking at the things as well, and then the Heinz Richter has sat down. There's kind of a hush that overtakes the crowd as Dr. Malthusis takes to the center after a good 40 minutes of like you waiting and everything getting set up and the cage has been. And he begins moving the first cage in. And Dr. Malthusis sort of addresses, welcome everyone and all to this extravagant, extraordinary and extrapolative event that is about to take place. I look forward to showing you all sorts of things from across the world and beyond. Things that you would never believe, things that you would never think to be existing. But first, I shall have some extraordinary creatures to begin with. I wish to begin with something very close to home. From our own empire, whether you could believe it or not. I would like to present to you the first creature in my collection. The horrendously hairy horror of Hockland. And like with that, there's this drape that pulls off one of the cages, and you see this immense, hairy figure the size of an ogre that almost on cue beats its chest as the drape is pulled off of it. Do any of you have any good skills for identification of strange creatures?
Hey, look, I don't think so.
Otherwise, it's going to be an intelligence test. It might.
Laura Reichland.
The best thing I've got is second sight.
No, so you could just give me intelligence checks at -10.
Intelligence.
Nope.
Nope.
Ah, 2 degrees of success.
I
Mine's one.
barely failed.
Okay. Well, so Arno, you recognize that this is not a human. This is an ape. Mecurion, you recognize it specifically as the long-haired ape that is common around the area of Marienburg. It's not a human or a mutant. It's just an ape that's been put in a cage. And like people are going like, oh, to think man could evolve into such things.
Straight from Marienburg.
Oh, I hate you.
Fuck this guy.
You know we're not here to debunk his show, right?
No, this is Speaker and me happening right now. I see how this fucking game is played.
Listen, I'm Mecurion is dissociating in front of the pollution factory. My Mecurion's thinking is, I know what this is. This is just an ape. I was kind of horrified at first. Now I'm just annoyed. And if this guy in the booth is going to respect anything, it's going to know what the fuck you're talking about.
He like turns to you and like waves the cane. Well then, well. It appears we have someone who is most educated in things that they are not educated in, but that is all right because we will have something that will put even their misbegotten beliefs to rest. I bring to you our next truest form. The dastardly one-eyed dog of Dieseldorf! And another terp comes on. And this is a human who has a single eye in their forehead and is looking around, blinking wildly, also chained in place, and like has kind of like a gag over his mouth as he's looking around in horror with a single blinking eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
This is an actual mutation.
I see.
And like everyone is aghast. And like Arno, you would know that like it is incredibly illegal to have someone with like an actual mutation.
Arno is going to, in the best interests of not ruining Barin's chance of getting his mind back, is going to allow this one to slide.
And as you're like letting this slide, you're sort of looking back at Chief Magistrate, like conspicuously, and you see his like mouth is a gasp, and then he does the little golf clap. Like,
Arno will mimic this and clap heartily.
But you have the biggest frown on your face, and all you just see him just looking pissed off, like.
Yeah, like the Smash Bros.
Citizen
end screen.
Kane. From Citizen
Yeah.
Kane, where he's pissed off and clapping.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is certainly a thing. And then like Dr. Malthus kind of continues to chuckle. Of course. Can't quite down talk this. This is a strange oddity that no one has ever seen before. Thus you can see that this is not some import. This is something true from the foreign edges of the world, something strange, but this is not the only thing I have, because let me tell you of something that has never been spotted in these lands, but we have brought it here. The immeasurable maw of the Middle Mountains! And like the tarp comes down, and you see what can only be described as like a red ball that's like maybe the size of 2 basketballs put together. It has some like spiked protrusions on its back, big eyes, beady eyes, and tiny 2 tiny feet at its front. And its like mouth opens to reveal just teeth. Its mouth actually splits. It's almost like half of its size. And it's just like, and it like immediately rushes against the chain and starts trying to like bite at the bars, and it's moving around biting everything. And everyone is like recoiling back, like, oh! And like someone's like, oh, the green skins use things like that. Oh my. As this like maw mouth is just biting at everything.
Neat, Barin says.
Don't like that.
All right. Well, get on with it then. Our next thing. All right. You've seen it before, a little preview, but now I present to you the ghastly 3-legged goblin of Grissenwald. And as he says this, like the dwarf Grunny like begins to take the goblin out, but suddenly it turns and bites Grunny's hand. And Grunny like recoils back, and like the crowd panics as people get up and see this goblin running free once again. And like you see Grunny just like swearing as the goblin is running around. And like suddenly people have stood up in front of you and turned to like try to get away, and like the 2 guards by the chief magistrate have moved to look around, protecting him, and you can't quite see down the lower level anymore because like all these people have stood up and there's like a general panic.
Do we see the goblin?
Well, you see the goblin bite, and then like people start freaking out and standing up, blocking your line of sight to the goblin.
Arno's going to stand up as well. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
No,
Barin?
it's okay. You stand up and Barin look at Arnold going, I think we might want to keep an eye on the magistrate. But if I were to only look for a distraction, this would have been the best thing that ever happened to anybody wanting to do anything.
Yes, but we do need to worry about the goblin looking for our way out as well. We're thinking we can use that as leverage.
Okay, and the elves, what are you 2 doing?
I can't believe people paid money to get to see a man with a 3rd eye and a meatball. That was so dreadful, Zilyana.
You don't even stand up.
I was expecting, I was expecting that I was going to be disgusted at mankind's inhumanity to man. Instead, they essentially found a man with a single third eye, a monkey, and a goblin.
Well, I think the goblin's becoming a bit of a problem. I'm gonna stand up, and I'm just going to start kind of shouldering my way through the crowd toward where I saw the goblin.
Zilyana gives me perception. -10.
I think Mecurion should be at -20 because he is clearly
No, you don't even get a person. You aren't even standing up. You're just like, fuck this.
Excellent. Yeah, no. Mecurion is just sitting under his arms because he's like, you know, maybe we should start a freak show. That would go over better.
Better. So what's happening is like Mercurion's distracting like Arno, and like Barin's also distracting Arno as Arno's looking around. Zilyana's kind of like, okay, whatever. Mercurion stands up, looks around, and like you see just in time to see the goblin has like moved into a small hole in the town wall. Where you see like a chunk of iron grating has like rusted away, and he's like gone into the grating, and, like snuck in it. As this is happening, like people have like been panicking, but like some watchmen come in. Hey, calm down, and like the town watch have kind of come in, and there's like a score of them, like 6 people start like sitting back down.
I see it. I'm gonna run toward the grating. Has it already like snuck inside, or kind of like
it's
arm in and like grab it?
Like no. So you rush towards the grating, and like as you get to it, it takes you a while because the crowd is blocking your way. You manage to get to it, but you can tell immediately that the grating is incredibly difficult to enter. Like it's one of those moments where you're running towards it, like I'm gonna get it, but like it's getting smaller and smaller as you reach it, and you realize like it was probably a tight squeeze for the goblin, and there's no way you're fitting in it.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Can one of the town guards tell me where this particular thing leads?
The magic walking over. You there, elf woman, you 3 there, you Dr. Malthus, over here with me. And the jowls on this man are like spasming as he is walking, his like lawyerly robes crashing as he like leads you over to the side wall as the state troops keep all the people away.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm following him. You know where this goes?
Oh, it goes into the sewer, sir. All right, then. Dr. Malthus, this...
And like Dr. Malthus kind of comes forward, like gives like a flourish bow. Of course, my exhibits sometimes get out of hand, but we are very careful that all our displays are completely legal. Just no more than a goblin finds hers.
Goblin with an extra leg now in the sewer system.
And like he's just.
We're gonna have to catch it.
Magistrate.
Yes.
If you don't mind me interjecting, me and my friends have a certain penchant for doing adventurely duties, and in fact, we have ourselves a little rat catcher, my friend, right here.
And he will gingerly push Barin forward proudly with the candle on his head.
Hi, Barin.
All right. Barin.
Dr. Malthus is kind of, yes, I will offer a reward of 5 gold crowns for the safe return of the goblin. As a concerned member of the citizenship, it's important that I play my part in securing this menace.
Very good. I too will put 5 gold crowns from the city fund. 10 gold crowns if you can go down into the sewers and find this menace.
Magistrate, well, we would accept such a gift. We actually were coming here initially to do business with you, so if instead of the 5 gold you would prefer to do business with us, if we are to return this thing to him.
I'll still give you the 5 gold and do business with you. You can have my time and the city's gold if you deal with this menace. I'll also say that you can have your accommodations at the journey's end, which is a comfortable inn nearby if you've not already been there. the next 3 days on the city's expense.
That's quite generous. Very well then. Suppose we better get started then.
Good. You will have to go into the sewers. This menace, this three-legged goblin must be captured. And then I will talk to you.
All right.
And then he like turns and like walks off.
Dr. Malthusiast.
Very good, my friends. Yes, it is quite. This will be great. You shall go and capture the goblin, bring him back alive. It's very important and worth a great deal of coin for me. Thus, I will give you a great deal of coin for doing this.
I do hope you don't mind if the little beast is a bit more roughed up than when he was here before.
That will teach him not to try to escape again. Good friends.
Arnold will nod, continuing to frown.
All right. Then I guess we'd better get into the sewers quickly.
There's a manhole down that street. If we know the way through to it, we could probably make our way to where this thing is heading.
Mecurion, you might want to put your coat in your pouch.
Yeah, I'm assuming at this point Mecurion has kind of wandered back, being like, and a monkey? If a monkey would impress
And it's like, all right, Mecurion, we're going to the sewers.
Yeah.
Master Mecurion, we are going to the sewers.
For the goblin. Yes. Oh, good. We're going to the sewers. Oh, we're going to the sewers. I'm going to take off my coat. And Malthus, don't stitch anything into this or else I'll kill you. Then I'll hand off my coat to Malthus.
Yeah, Malthus takes. Oh, right, well, of course, yes. Fine.
Good Excellent.
Good
Excellent. How much was that monkey?
No. The good man never tells.
Well,
He never tells his monkey secret.
I respect a professional. And I'm going to head into the sewers.
And I think with you all walking into the sewers of Bogenhofen, that is where we will end today's session.
Before that completely ends, I do want to just tell the law student to head back to the inn because we're going to be a while.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, perfect.
With that, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode of WarHams. Hope everyone super enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for being here. And as we go through the credits together, I want to start reading off all bits and scribbles that people have done for us for helping support the show.
Yes.
And everything else. So,
I love that.
Wow.
for all the scribbles and everything else, let me see. We had a couple little more as we got a blessing. Again, Megan lives your tinker submarines. Thank you, Wika. Thank you, Wika, for your stuff.
Well, really, thank you.
Thank you so much, Nightingale Ice, for your Twitch subscriber. Thank you again, Jamie, for your bits. Thank you, Zercar, for your 200 bits. Thank you, Cozy White Bear, for your
Random
subscriber.
paperclip.
Thank you so much, Ashton Hollow, for your subscriber.
No. Wow, I like
Everything else. And
Speaker,
thank you.
please.
And thank you, everyone, for following and everything else. And so with that, thank you, Speaker D, who has been playing.
I've been playing Mecurion, the High Elf. And you can find me at Super Snake Kick and on YouTube at Speaker D.
Thank you so much, Odoroshirider, who has been playing.
Yes, I've been playing Zilyana. You can follow me on Twitter at Odoroshirider. Thank you for tuning in.
And thank you so much, Earndil, who has been playing.
Arnold Fleischman, interrogator, soon to be witch hunter at some point, maybe. And you can see me on Twitter at Earndilio. We are currently between projects right now, but as more information surfaces, you will be able to go there to find me and whatever the hell we're going to be doing from here forward.
Indeed.
Yes, and thank you so much to our game master, Thurston Hillman.
Hello, hi. You can find me on the internet at OnCall GM. I'm going to be, I don't know, role-playing the guy who got like 1,000 or 100 gold crowns or whatever it was, screwing over Barin. Very good, very good. Good job, Nugget. We love you.
Nugget.
And so with that, everyone, we're now going to leave you to the Patreon roles. So thank you all so much for supporting us, everything else, visiting the show, everything. It really does help out. If you people attending live streams, watching the VODs, all that fun stuff. And apologies when I get the previous VOD up fast enough. It's just been a heck of a time. So with all of that, thank you all so very much. We love all of you. Visit us at warhams.tv if you need more information or to visit our schedule and also see how you can also support the show and our future endeavors. Love you all very much. And goodbye, Baker.
Goodbye.
Turn off your puppet. Turn off Odo.
We love you,
Goodbye, Earndil. Goodbye, me.
I'm dead.
Ah.